007 came in first place, had $64.1 million in its debut weekend, so a big one. Goat was second, still at a healthy $12 million. Wuthering Heights grabbed third place with $7 million. The concert film 21 Pilots, more than we ever imagined, live in Mexico City. 21 Pilots pulled number 4. And the fifth highest grossing movie was Epic, Elvis Presley in concert.
Oh, that's pretty wild.
With $3.5 million. Yeah, so a lot of people want to get out and see that, which is pretty cool. All right, nearly a month after Nancy Guthrie's abduction, authorities are scaling back the number of detectives assigned to the case, shifting from a broad search to a more targeted operation. The Pima County Sheriff's Department said that it is refocusing sources, but stressed that this remains an active investigation and will continue until Nancy Guthrie is located or all leads have been exhausted. Deputies will continue patrolling her Tucson area neighborhood. As the search continues, her daughter Savannah acknowledged she may already be gone, while saying the family is still blowing on the embers of hope. They are offering, of course, $1 million for information that helps find the mother, urging it, tell what you know and help us bring our beloved mom home.
So I was reading that she herself, Savannah Guthrie, is contemplating returning to work.
Oh, really?
Her family they live in New York. And so the kids are out of school and they've been, she's like, what can I do? And I guess I can kind of get that. I mean, right now there's nothing, they seem at a standstill.
Yeah. I mean, it's, they have dug and dug and dug, and they've cast a huge wide net. I mean, nationally. And so now it's just, they just got to kind of wait it out.
It's very sad. And once the energy, that initial energy starts to diminish, it becomes more difficult.
Yeah.
Less people are thinking about it.
Absolutely. All right, well, moving on to other things, it looks like the U.S. women's hockey team is going to get the blowout that they deserve. We told you last week, Flavor Flav had started a GoFundMe to help throw the team a massive party, and it seems fans have risen to the occasion. As of yesterday, the GoFundMe page had raised over 85% of the $130,000 goal. That's the second goal for the page. Donors blew by the initial $50,000 goal, making it possible to post a second goal in hopes of an even bigger celebration. So that's definitely going to happen, and it's exceeding their expectations.
I wonder what the party's going to be, what kind of event it's going to be.
He said they wanted to have a parade.
Yeah.
So
that's cool.
Yeah, we'll see. Shia LaBeouf's Wild Week in New Orleans, still getting him in trouble. The actor was arrested and charged with an additional misdemeanor count of simple battery. The charges related to his initial February 17th arrest in New Orleans during Mardi Gras. He surrendered himself to authorities on Saturday prior to a bail hearing, and he posted a $5,000 bond and was released from police custody.
Just do it!
In an interview prior to his second arrest, he said that while he doesn't condone the behavior that led to the incident, he also doesn't believe that rehab is the answer for him. I think we have a clip, Casey, if we could play that. Here we go.
I can only deal with my side. My side is this. My behavior, I got to deal with that. Does that mean I got to go to rehab again? I'm just not into it, bro. I don't think my answers are there. I don't. I genuinely don't. If I genuinely did, I'd go.
Okay,
you should just do
bro.
it.
Yeah.
You should just do it.
Just do it. Just do it.
But he said that in that the part that's edited out, he says his behavior was bull S. He said, so I got to deal with that. Yes, he does not think that he needs to go to rehab.
Well, I saw an extended interview with him. He's sitting there with the interviewer, and he says the things that frighten him. One of the things he says is touching gay people. What? And the interviewer goes, what is that? and he's trying to explain it. He says if by accident a thigh touches his, I mean, he's gone. Not only does he need rehab, I think he needs hospitalization.
Yeah.
Something's way off.
Touching gay people?
Look for the clip and see.
Oh, my God. Yeah.
And the interviewer is like,
excuse me?
What?
Yeah.
Okie dokie. All right. Well, I guess he has a hard time washing the gay off of him.
I don't know what it is.
Is that what the problem is?
He should just
do it.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, you're right. There's some mental health coaching that needs to be done.
Yeah, we're past rehab.
Okay. Bijou Phillips says that her health isn't good And things are starting to get critical. The actor model is currently receiving dialysis amid her battle with kidney disease. She tells Us Magazine, I've needed a transplant for a year. I'm sort of hanging on by a thread. Of course, she was born with underdeveloped kidneys. She received her first kidney transplant from a friend in 2017. However, it's reported the kidney is now failing. And she said, I could make it on dialysis for a couple of years, or I could get an infection in my line tomorrow and be gone in a few days. She said, I'm really hopeful, but it's an extremely urgent situation.
Well, so Sarah Hyland from Modern Family has had kidney issues. It doesn't sound like it's this bad, but it's a difficult thing to deal with, man. It's horrible.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, speaking of a difficult thing to deal with, Chet Hanks, son of Tom Hanks, Rita Wilson, is a long, long way from home and has no way to get back. On Instagram, he explained his predicament. After visiting Medellin visiting Medellin to visit a friend. He tried to leave, and he said, I'm traveling with my Greek passport because I'm a dual citizen, and added that he didn't use his American passport because it's about to expire. And he said, and sometimes they don't let you in the country even if it hasn't expired but is about to expire. Arriving at the airport, he said, this is an international flight. They tell me that if I'm using a foreign passport, I need a green card to get back to America, explaining he has no green card since he is an American. The flight left him without him, and he is literally stuck in Colombia. He said, I'm stuck in Medellin, and he added that he has to go to Bogota to sort things out, but he doesn't want to go to Bogota, which is roughly an hour away from Medellin by air. You should probably listen to Shia LaBeouf and do it. So he says, so free me in this post.
I can't help but think that Tom Hanks has some connections to politicians who might be able to
probably
get some leverage for him. But I mean,
something moving.
I would not play, passport roulette if I was traveling.
Yeah.
I have a question about a green card. Is it actually green?
I think it might be.
That's a good question.
I think it might be.
Is the color of the card actually green?
Yeah.
I would assume so, but
right.
I do not know firsthand. So I don't know.
We'll find out.
All right. SAG-AFTRA's Actor Awards were last night, hosted by Kristen Bell. We have a couple of clips that we can play here in a moment. Harrison Ford received the Lifetime Achievement Award, which is phenomenal. He's just
well-deserved.
The best ever.
Oh, by the way.
And he's also...
Yeah.
What is this? The third or fourth go around for a career resurgence?
Yeah.
I mean, he's on a show that's a huge hit.
Yeah.
It's great.
And Press, I'm all caught up on Shrinking, and I caught the Easter egg. It was
Great.
it was awesome.
But it also-
I was like, hang on a second.
Don't say it.
There's just a little bitty, it's a fraction of a second moment that happens. And I had asked Casey the other day, you caught up? He said, no. I'm like, all right, wait and watch it, and then we'll talk afterwards. And it has to do with Harrison when he returns to work. And I'm like, he just did that.
Yeah.
I'm like, that was so
awesome.
cool. Those of you who have seen it, then you probably know. This is him with the Lifetime Achievement. You've got a couple of clips of him. Here we go.
No, it's,
What?
it's the same clip twice.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
well, then this is the clip. Here we go.
I feel incredibly grateful for this kind attention. But to be clear, I also am quite humbled. I'm in a room of actors, many of whom are here because they've been nominated to receive a prize for their amazing work, while I'm here to receive a prize for being alive.
He also joked at some point, he said it was a little weird since he was, quote, only at the half point of my career. He said it's a little early, isn't it? I'm still a working actor, so.
Do you know it's great too? His wife,
love it.
Callista Flockhart, was crying.
yeah.
A lot of people were, because he is a bona fide legend.
We have a clip of Michael J. Fox, who is also appearing on this season of Shrinking. Harrison Ford's character has Parkinson's disease, and he's talks to Michael J. Fox in the show about that.
So what they did is they went through a number of people, and they said, I'm an actor, what it means to be an actor. And Michael
They do that every year.
Yeah.
So here's another one. Yeah, this is cool.
After a few years of dumpster diving in LA, I ended up on Family Ties, where I received the biggest gift of my career. I met my wife, the actor Tracy Pollan, who played Ellen, my girlfriend. And she gave me 4 gifts: our kids, Skylar, Gwenna, Esme, and Sam. Sometimes I like to remind them if it weren't for acting, they wouldn't be here. By the way, he's not an actor, he's just my date. I'm Michael J. Fox, and a dad, and I'm an actor.
I love Love it when they do that. So as far as the awards went, I got them for you. Cast ensemble in a motion picture went to Sinners. Male actor in a leading role went to Michael B. Jordan
Which
for
was
Sinners.
a big stunner.
Yeah.
I mean, Timothée Chalamet and Leo DiCaprio also up, and they've been kind of ping-ponging back and forth, but he took it.
Here's him with his acceptance.
And I remember watching all the other actors that I looked up to, being a part of that club, being a part of SAG-AFTRA, being a part of this community. And I was like, man, I want to be that one day. So when I got my SAG-AFTRA card, I was like, man, I'm like an entry level member. And those guys that were on stage with the awards and the nice suits, talking, being in fancy places like that, that's what I always wanted. And that kid from Newark, New Jersey is standing here right now.
Also, the awards went out to female actor in a leading role, went to Jessie Buckley for Hamnet. Male actor in a supporting role went to Sean Penn for One Battle After Another. Female actor in a supporting role went to Amy Madigan for Weapons.
I do
dig
cool. that. It's such a bizarre thing to get this award season because it's such a unique character, but she just plays the hell out of it.
Yep. Stunt ensemble in a motion picture, I thought is a cool category. Mission Impossible, The Final Reckoning, won that. On the TV side, the ensemble in a drama series went to The Pit. Cast ensemble in a comedy series went to The Studio. Male actor in a drama series went to Noah Wiley for The Pit. Female actor in a drama series, Carrie Russell, won for The Diplomat. Male actor in a comedy series went to Seth Rogen for The Studio. Female actor in a comedy series went to Catherine O'Hara for The Studio, posthumously, obviously.
Yeah.
And then for television stunt ensemble, The Last of Us won that.
Yeah, some good stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. I was sad to see this over the weekend, Steve. Legendary singer, songwriter, Neil Sedaka died on Friday. He was 86 years old. They had rushed him to the hospital, but it was too late for him. The Breaking Up Is Hard to Do hitmaker was hospitalized in Los Angeles shortly before his death after his family called emergency services requesting medical assistance. After beginning his musical career in the 1950s with the doo-wop group The Tokens, the singer had multiple solo hits in the 1960s, including Oh Carol and Calendar Girl.
Yeah.
Throughout his decades-long career, though, he was nominated for 5 Grammy Awards. Dude wrote tons of songs. He was inducted into the Songwriters Hall of Fame in 1983, has his own star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. His passing was confirmed by his loved ones on Friday, who released a statement saying, "Our family is devastated by the sudden passing of our beloved husband, father, and grandfather, Neil Sedaka. A true rock and roll legend, an inspiration to millions, but most importantly, at least of those of us who are lucky to know him, an incredible human being who will be deeply missed."
I always liked Neil Sedaka. He always looked like an improbable, star, a music star.
He was shorter, balding,
doughy.
Yeah.
Did he also write music? Because I don't know.
Oh, he wrote for a lot of
Yeah,
artists.
he wrote a ton of songs.
Okay,
yeah.
so Paradise City, I thought I read over the weekend that he wrote a Guns N' Roses song.
That I don't think so.
I don't know.
All right.
You'd have to look that up. But he wrote, one of his hits was with Elton John, Bad Blood, which I love that song. He co-wrote, Casey, over 500 songs throughout his career in the music industry, many of which were written in collaboration with lyricist Howard Greenfield and Phil Cody. His songs were recorded and performed by several iconic entertainers, including Elvis Presley, Frank Sinatra, Tom Jones, the Monkees, and Guns N' Roses. No, I made that part up. His songs, Stupid Cupid, performed by Connie Francis, and Love Will Keep Us Together, performed by Captain and Tennille, went on to become mega chart-topping hits. In addition to his illustrious career as a pop musician, he made several television appearances, including as a guest star on sitcoms like King of Queens and Carol Burnett Show. Did he ever have his own show back in the 70s,
I think
Steve?
he might have had a summer replacement series.
Yeah.
That's about the time he started writing for Guns N' Roses.
Okay.
Yeah, so he could split
because
his
there was,
time.
Donnie Marie, Sonny and Cher, all these pop artists, Captain and Tennille.
John
they
Denver.
They had their own shows.
They would
their
have
own
summer shows.
TV shows.
Yep.
Also served as a guest judge on the second season of American Idol in 2003. And this is where I was reacquainted. During COVID, he put on some free mini concerts and on social media. And then he started doing online content with his grandson. So I started following him on Instagram.
It's cute.
Because he would be going through the those great songs that he wrote and talking about him. I thought it was so cool. He is survived by his wife of over 60 years, and they had 2 children. Dara, who is a recording artist, featured on his hit song Should Have Never Let You Go, and Mark, a Los Angeles-based screenwriter, and his grandchildren as well.
Case, I think he is connected to some.
Yeah, no.
What was it?
Because I saw it on Facebook, and so and I just read it.
Was
and
it
I was
Godsmack?
No. It just says there is no credible evidence that Neil Sedaka wrote or performed Guns N' Roses' song Paradise City. So I like just learning things live on the air.
So you just saw
I
Guns
saw
N'
that,
Roses and Neil Sedaka and didn't see the part of didn't have anything to do with it.
No. It was what I'm looking for.
It
was satire.
Yeah.
And
Satire.
So it wasn't just Paradise City, but there were a few other titles. But that's the one that stuck out to me.
Okay.
So I'm, I like learning things.
You learn.
Yeah. Live on the air.
He wrote. Did he write Enter Sandman too?
No, it was one by.
One. I'm sorry. Yeah.
Except it was
earlier.
off to Sleepy Time Land.
Yeah. All right, so Damien Leone, the writer and director behind the Terrifier horror series, says the 4th film in the movie series was going to be the last. Steve.
It's okay. I love where they're going. I love where the 3rd ended off. I think the 4th is a wrap-up. Will do fine by me. I've loved this series.
The franchise launched in 2016 on a budget of just $35,000 and has grown into a worldwide hit, and the 3rd movie brought in $90 million globally.
What I really love is the theme song written by Neil Sedaka.
Leone shared in a post to social media that the script is nearly finished and called it the most precious script I've written, adding that it's also the most challenging, with a lot riding on this one. He promised fans and longtime collaborators a send-off that honors their dedication and is something unforgettable.
So I know you will never watch it. No, this is just not your. This is not your
Terrifier?
realm.
Yeah.
No. But I love the world building that started with the first one, number 2, and the 3rd one went full mythology, and it was just really cool. So I'm really looking forward to this 4th film.
All right, 2 more quick things. Pink has reportedly moved to New York City, and the big reason is that she's allegedly in the running to take over the Kelly Clarkson show.
What?
Once Clarkson finishes up her run. A source told Page Six that they saw Pink at Soho House with a guy who seemed to be a part of the team, and that she spent hours reviewing paperwork and documents on a computer.
They're all pink on the inside.
Sources for the outlet add that this isn't a huge leap either, since Pink is guest hosting on the show all week starting today.
There we go. There we go.
Just last month, Kelly announced that season 7 will be her final for the talk show, of course.
Yeah.
So she very well could be doing it.
Casey, when you said the Neil Sedaka thing, this story came into my mind because apparently, she was all over the tabloids, and then she went on her Instagram the next day and was like, no, I just got nominated. I'm just doing a press tour.
Right.
So this might be fake news again, too.
Well, we'll see.
Yeah.
We'll keep an eye on it for you. All right, and then finally, there might be more of The Crown coming. Page Six reports that Netflix is considering another chapter in the series about the royal family, centering on the former Prince Andrew's fall from grace after being embroiled in the Jeffrey Epstein debacle.
Do you ever see a point in time where they will take it into the future, like The Crown 2030?
That's a great idea.
The Crown 2085.
The Crown ran for 6 seasons on Netflix, covering the family up until 2005 and winning 21 Emmy Awards during its run.
I mean, if they could do a whole series on the Prince Andrew stuff.
Yeah. Even if The Crown isn't resurrected, reports are that Netflix and other streaming platforms are in a race to cover the Andrew story because, as the tabloid said, recent events surrounding Andrew are as dramatic, if not more dramatic, than anything shown in the original series. All right, we are ready for clips now. Had them around here somewhere. Hang on a second.
They're good. I know they're going to be good.
I know they are. I just don't know what the hell I did with them.
Well, I think you hid them because you knew how good they were. You didn't want someone to steal them.
All right. Did I throw it away? Casey's looking at the trash can.
Well, you didn't hawk loogies into this one. So.
That's how you have to make sure when you reach down.
Why I would have thrown it away.
It might have been attached to something else.
All right, well, the first one has to do with this show called St. Louis DTF. I do know that.
All right.
And it's David Harbour, and he's talking about something. Here we go.
There's a deeply human sort of need for connection and friendship, and I think that's what's more at stake here. And in a way, we're teasing you with the genre to give you something a little sillier, a little more vulnerable.
What the All right, so, yeah, he was talking about a love triangle formed from the dating app leads to murder in DTF St. Louis, and he talks about the emotions of the show, how they go deeper than just lust. The season premiere of DTF St. Louis is streaming today on HBO Max. I'm going to have to watch this because I guess it takes place in St. Louis, and I need to see, where all these swingers are banging or whatever it is. So, next clip, here we go. An assassin dealing with early onset Alzheimer's is the premise of Memory of a Killer. Here, Patrick Dempsey shares how he described or decides how to choose his acting roles. Here we go.
I've had an incredible career. I've been around for 40 years. I've been fortunate enough to be working. And it's a question of who you're working with and what the script is. And does it move you? And is it something that you feel that it's worth spending time away from your family to go and do?
I like big balls.
A new episode of Memory of a Killer airs tonight at 9 p.m. on Fox. Thank you to Marissa for handing me her laptop across the console here. I'll hand it back. Oh, here, where'd you find this?
Ryan just brought it right in.
Thank you, Ryan.
We were double teaming.
You guys are the best. I appreciate
So that
that.
show's supposed to be very good. I wonder how deep his. You watched it. Not good?
Listen, it's
How prominent is the Alzheimer's in the plot line?
It ends up his brother's going through it, and you find that out pretty early on, and then you see that he has some early indicators that they indicate where his brother had gone through. Here, this is the only issue I have with it. It's very networky. You know what I mean?
I see. Okay.
Like if it were a streaming thing. I think it could be better. Could be a little bit more
edgy,
but it's not. It's prime time.
It's safer.
It's safer.
All right, I got you.
But I like him a lot. So
yeah. All right. Well, anyhow, that's our entertainment report. We have a couple things going on. Greg Warren, comedian, is going to be joining us a little bit later on this morning, and when we come back, we're going to reveal that information that we've been teasing about how possibly you could end up in Vegas and going to the Sphere and seeing Metallica for 2 shows. It's a pretty sweet deal. So we'll come back with that info and a few things more. Stay with us to start using those.
Listen,
and you probably got a fresh batch of them.
Yeah, if you haven't used them, if they haven't meant anything in a long time, that's for a reason. Get rid of them.
Yeah. Also, it says here dead batteries. If you have like a container of dead batteries. I told you guys about this a while back. I had heard that hardware stores will collect dead batteries and dispose of them properly. So I had a bag full of old, AA and AAA batteries. And I go to my local hardware store, and I come showing up, and I brought this bag. I'm like, hey, I heard you guys will, dispose of these for me. And they were like, oh, okay, yeah. Well, we'll just throw them out with the rest of the stuff we normally throw away. And I'm like, you don't recycle or anything? They're like, no, we'll get rid of them for you. I was like, okay.
I could have done that.
I thought I was doing the right thing.
Hey, if you have a second, look at this picture of 3 pieces of pizza.
Rodney will take your dead batteries.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. Number 6 on and I have these 10 things on this list. Number 6 is expired condiments in your fridge.
Ew.
If you have no, not condoms. I know that's what you're thinking. Condiments. Especially if you have several people, if you're a household. So you can go through and find stuff like, we will buy things for one recipe, something like, fish sauce or some very specific thing, and we'll make it and then forget to continue making stuff that uses that, and it goes bad, and I just need to clear stuff like that.
So we went with the ultimate situation with that. We had the kitchen completely redone, and that was a massive purge. And if it wasn't something we were currently or just recently used, it's out. So it's a wonderful thing. And you won't believe the amount of space you buy back.
Marissa, expired makeup and skincare is on this list as well.
Now, you use fish sauce for your skin, right?
Yeah, you're only supposed to use things like mascara for a year or so. That's probably the wrong amount of time. But sometimes you have palettes of eyeshadow for years, and like those are okay to keep.
Okay.
There's a list somewhere where you can follow along.
So to your guess, what cosmetic lasts the longest? If you,
I think it's the amount of time that you use it.
Oh, I see.
So if you're using a mascara every day, it gets bacteria on it because you're constantly using it. If you're putting, eyeshadow palette and putting your brushes in it every day and not cleaning them. But if you're just using it for one color and then using it later, 6 months later, it has different bacteria levels.
But it says on here expired makeup and skincare. So I guess some of them do have a quote unquote shelf life. I mean, you could probably get away with, but maybe it's like a best used by date or something. I don't know.
Yeah, and some of them will like crumble. Like you think you've kept it for so long and then you touch it and it crumbles apart.
How did you look?
All right. Also, expired medications.
Yeah.
Some people don't realize that medicine goes bad over time, even over the counter stuff. If you're buying ibuprofen or acetaminophen and stuff like that, they do have expiration dates on them.
Get
They
together
won't work
with our
as
neighbors and we'll do a potluck.
Medication.
Medication
Everybody's
thing.
medication.
Yeah.
All right.
And
what a great idea. Hey, I brought Xannies. They're about to go. They're only a month old.
Stool softener.
Yeah. Also, extra items in your shower that you may want to get rid of.
Like that toaster.
Yeah.
That half bottle of conditioner, the other one of soap.
God, Rochelle used to be a conditioner junkie. I remember at one point it was like 35 bottles. We have this shelf in our fridge. And one day I'm like, I'm going through this stuff. And I pulled it up and like 80% of it was conditioner.
Yeah.
She kept it in the fridge?
No. on the shelf in the shower. Did I say fridge?
Yeah.
No, did you? I don't know.
Okay.
No, I thought maybe that's the way you would store it.
No.
No, we have empty bottles of like things in the shower
that just hang out.
That just hang out there. Yeah.
Do they have the little bit of water in them that you put in because you
Some
think
do.
that soap's going to last one more time?
Yeah.
So that's something my shower is completely devoid of, which is conditioner.
Yeah, you don't need any of that.
I don't need any of that. But again, when you declutter the bathroom, you know what I started doing? I started taking my toothbrush and everything, and I put it in the drawer at the top under this, so that my counter is completely clean. When I take stuff out and then put it back in.
Nice.
That'll last for a day.
Marissa, I strangle soap, shampoo to the bitter end.
All the time.
And I do the water and shake it up and do the whole thing, trying to get every little bit out of it that I can.
And then the shampoo leaves it finishes before the conditioner.
Right.
So that you save a conditioner, and then if you buy it as a set, you put both of them in the shower, and then that's how you build up the conditioner.
So traditionally, both shampoo and conditioner is like just a dollop?
I use way more shampoo than I do conditioner.
Do you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
Conditioner, you don't need that much.
Yeah, you're only supposed to use like a quarter or smaller, but sometimes you use more.
Do you use conditioner?
Not all the time.
I haven't done it in a long
You're more
time.
a Jerry Crow kind of guy.
No, like if anything, I'll do like
Soul
conditioner,
Glow.
like
Soul Glow.
maybe like once a week, once every 2 weeks.
Okay.
But yeah, my hair's not long enough, you know?
Are you guys different products?
What do you mean?
Do you use like shampoo for your hair and soap for your body, or are you like all in ones?
Shampoo for my hair and beard.
I do the 3-in-1. It's Crew, so it's body wash and
fish sauce
and shampoo and conditioner all in one. So
And
I just
toothpaste.
use all of that and toothpaste.
Yeah, 4-in-1.
Yeah.
Face wash.
That's just the worst toothpaste I've ever had.
So get rid of some extra items in your shower. And then the last thing it says here is canned goods you don't use.
I take them out of my shower all the time.
Do you?
Yeah. What's with this beans?
Probably in your pantry is where you're going to find that stuff.
Yeah, man. So we got, again, thanks, Mr. Contractor, help we do everything. And we had these cabinets, Preston, that were horrible, that we kept buying the same stuff over and over, not realizing we had it already in the cabinet. It's like, how long has this been in here?
Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. So it's a good time to assess that stuff. Move the clutter out.
If you're going to pick a benchmark time to do it, why not now?
I would like to bring you into the world of our esteemed establishment known as the Just Saying Institute.
The Just Saying Institute, home of the Bird, Band, Avian, and Rock and Roll Museum.
The entire museum.
Yeah,
all the bird
bird
bands. All right, man, there's been some really interesting things that have occurred in the world of science. And I'm going to start with a fairly serious one here, which now listen, when you hear about discoveries that have not yet been fully tested. It can take a long, long time for things to actually pan out.
Yes.
But I always think that it's nice to have a kernel of hope. And a team of American scientists claim that they have done something miraculous. They have cured lab mice suffering from Alzheimer's disease.
Wow, really?
Cured. And the word cured is in parentheses here, and I'll explain in a moment.
They've made a lot of steps forward in slowing the progression and other things that they've been working on. There seems to be a good story popping up about Alzheimer's and dementia treatment every couple of months now. So they seem to be dancing all around this. So hopefully this is something.
Yeah, the researchers achieved this feat by administering the rodents with the powerful compound, which is known as P7C3A20, which they announced in a new paper in the journal Cell Reports Medicine. Scientists from Ohio's Case Western Reserve University Hospitals, and the Lewis Stokes Cleveland VA Medical Center undertook the study. Andrew A. Piper, who's the study's principal investigator, said the key takeaway is a message of hope. The effects of Alzheimer's disease may not be inevitably permanent. Like they're talking about reversal.
Reversing it. And I've heard this. There are other things that have been mentioned that you've mentioned that talk about the reversal. Now, how does one meter Alzheimer's in a mouse?
Yeah, really.
Do they not recognize family members?
I can give you the rundown of it. It's a lengthy article, but the damaged brain, he says, can, under some conditions, repair itself and regain function. That's incredible. I just think of preventative, as opposed to reversing it.
So my mother-in-law passed away from Alzheimer's. She was later on when she got it, but it's something that sort of looms because there's it can be a family component. And there's all these things. One of the spots earlier, Preston, for and I wanted to mention it to you in passing, brought up about hearing aids and that the ability to hear can impact you. Have you heard this in one of the spots we play? It's for the company.
No.
And that can have a significant sway over whether you are susceptible to Alzheimer's or not.
Okay.
And I'm sorry, I'm half-assed quoting it, but it caught me off guard. Is that really something?
That's interesting because I just learned that hearing aids are not covered by most insurance.
Okay.
Which just seems crazy because they're very expensive.
Yeah.
And if it does have medical implications
they're
like
less
this.
expensive now than they've there are so many companies that are making them and that are making them like you could just go in and
interesting.
My dad, before he passed, had purchased kind of these general that he loved.
All right, thank you, Marissa. You guys ready to find out how you can go see Metallica? In Vegas at the Sphere? Well, here's what's happening, friends. It's called MMR Rocks Metallica. Life Burns Faster at Sphere in Las Vegas. And what you need to do is click on contests at WMMR.com, or you can go on the MMR app and enter for your chance to win a trip to Vegas for the first two shows of the brand new Metallica residency. Nothing more than that. We're not making you jump through a bunch of hoops. We're not going to have you stay and listen for a very specific time on when to call in or any of that.
It's as easy as can be.
You go to the website. You go to WMMR.com, click on contest. You go to the MMR app. You can enter there as well. The winner of this multi-market contest will get a pair of tickets for the October 1st and 3rd shows, a 3-night hotel stay, and a round-trip airfare set up for you and a guest. And the shows that Metallica is going to be playing are part of the No Repeat weekend. So they're doing 2 completely different shows and set lists, which means you go to both of them, you're going to get a completely unique show both days, which is pretty amazing. Select dates from October 1st through the 31st. Metallica's event at the Sphere will be taking place. The public on sale is this Friday. And for ticket information and travel packages, you can go to Metallica.com because it's all right there as well. So I do both. Book one and try to win one.
Yeah.
Why not? So contest WMMR.com or the MMR app, and that is it. So I don't have a whole lot other than that. Just go to it. It is active now, and you can get yourself signed up.
So that's 2 separate concerts. You have to assume those are 2 separate audio-visual presentations as well.
I would think
Right?
absolutely with the visuals are going to be unique to each other. In fact, Ryan, our resident metalhead's got the info.
If
on
I could add to that, if they're doing the no repeat thing again, it's 2 totally different set lists on top of that. So you get a completely different show each night with all the visuals.
Yeah, so
That's crazy.
So WMMR.com if you want to get signed up for that. There's something I got to tell you guys about. I literally thought of it just before we went on the air because I had this this incredibly embarrassing thing happen over the weekend. Me and Caleb and Carter met up for lunch. We went to King of Prussia Mall, and you have to forgive me. I've forgotten the name of the restaurant, but it is a dumpling soup restaurant.
Ooh.
Marissa, if you wouldn't mind looking that up, it's right next to Primark and the Escape game. There at King of Prussia. So you enter from the outside of the mall. And number one, I had not had the soup dumplings. Oh my God!
Good. Yeah.
Oh my God!
All right.
Did somebody teach you how to eat it? Because it kind of like takes a little bit of.
Just bit the top off and sucked the soup out. Yeah. But it was fantastic. It was so much better than I thought it was going to be. I was very, very happy.
Were you dragged there and then surprised?
No, not at all. I was intrigued. I'm like, I'm on board 100%. Because initially I thought they were dumplings that go in soup. No. They're dumplings that have soup inside of them.
How foolish.
And they were wonderful. It is called Nanjiang is the name of the restaurant, and it's a chain. So anyhow, we get there, and they had, we could either wait a couple of minutes to have seating inside the restaurant, or we could immediately go and sit outside. It was beautiful on Saturday, by the way. It was
nice, yeah.
But it was closed in anyhow, and they had heaters and stuff like that. So we're sitting down, we're having our lunch, which is great. We get our appetizer. Our appetizer is just this cucumber salad. So these little sticks of cucumber, essentially. And so Carter and I are proficient at chopsticks. So we're eating, and Caleb did not see that they had a fork sitting out, so made an attempt with a chopstick and can do a pretty decent job, but is not great. So Caleb's digging in with a chopstick and goes, I can't do these very well. And pulls up a cucumber and drops it. The cucumber goes down in Caleb's lap. So Caleb reaches out, and I don't know what, but then knocks over a glass of water. It's a smaller glass. Okay, so the water spills on the table. I'm sitting across from Caleb. The water is heading towards me.
Right.
So it's inevitable. It's going to end up in my lap. So I scoot back a little bit, but the chair didn't slide very well because it was on concrete. And so I kind of stop, and I need to use my hands as momentum to push myself away from the table.
Oh, no.
I reach out. I knock my full large glass of ginger ale. I don't just knock it over.
Yeah.
I bat it.
Right.
And it
Almost like you were doing it on purpose.
Yeah.
it goes flying. We're sitting next to a window because we're outside. The whole thing just goes all over the window, all over the table, onto the chairs. I stand up. I've got my arms flying out like this. And so it was a chain reaction.
Right.
It goes cucumber, water, me, ginger ale, wall, people behind me. And I'm like standing up, and everybody's looking at me. And the first thing on my mind is I wanted people to understand that I was not drunk when this happened.
Did you say that?
No, I did not. But I'm like, I spoke very clearly so people could see that I was not slurring my words.
Yes. And I am sober.
And I turn, and there are the two ladies sitting at the table next to us, and I try to step back. I'm like, I am so sorry. I'm like, we had an accident. And I did, rather than go into the full details about it. And then not our server, but another server comes walking by. She's like, "You guys okay?"
Are you drunk? You seem drunk.
All of that to avoid a little bit of water in your lap.
Oh my God. And So I'm like, I am a. She's like, nah, don't worry about it. You know, she didn't give me that it happens all the time, because I'm sure it doesn't happen.
This
all
never
the time.
happens. Get out.
But we had to leave the table. And the table was it was a goner, because the chairs, the table, the glass wall, the windows next to us were covered in ginger ale.
Listen. Never come back.
No.
I know, right?
Please never come back.
I wish this was a like a clear cut, call in with your chain reaction stories, and I wish I knew the chain reaction story. I can only tell you where it starts and where it ends. Okay. But these guys that I graduated high school with, they all are from Holy Cross, class of 1989. All right. And I know that the chain reaction started with a spitball. Okay. But it ended with a guy passing out because somebody was bleeding. Like, dude.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, we need that filled in there.
Like somebody burn. I know you listen all the time. You're probably on your way into work right now.
Spitball to someone passing out?
To someone passing out because of the sight of blood. And like, it's one of those things that is lore. You know, like it is lore for the Holy Cross class of 1989.
Okay, so Burn.
Yes.
That's his name?
Her.
Bernadette. Bernadette, if you're listening, 610-660-9333.
She's the only one from that class that I know listens to the show on a daily basis.
On the regs.
And on the regs that might be listening right now. But honestly, like Mark, Kevin, any of you guys, if any of you guys are listening, I need to hear the story. But it is one of those chain reaction stories. It just, and it might have not even been a spitball. Do you remember when we used to, I don't know if you ever did this, Marissa, but like boys all did it. Rubber band with a paper clip.
Yeah,
it might have been that, but it started with something so small and ended up with somebody passing out.
That could draw blood for sure. The old,
it hurts.
Paper clip and I used to do that in the library all the time.
Yeah. What you would do is you would be behind your textbook or your book opened up as your barrier.
Totally. Like a little fort.
Yeah.
Wow. But I mean, I'm sorry, but I just remembered that. And
was this appetizer time? The cucumber was that appetizer?
Yeah, we hadn't gotten our entrees yet, so
get out.
But I mean, like I ended up, my jeans were soaked and the whole thing.
Dude, but it happens, and as Marissa said, because of water. You know,
all because of a little water making its way. It was going to soak I was just trying to avoid that. But it turned into so much more. So, anyhow, I thought you guys would get a kick out of that.
Here's our news copter over a dumpling restaurant in the King of Prussia Mall where an explosion has taken place.
Oh, my God. Speaking of restaurants and food, though, this is a moment of history in the Preston and Steve show. As of tomorrow, anyhow, tomorrow is National Pancake Day.
Yes.
And that's where we met Pancake. Or not where we met him, but that's how our former intern went on to be producer of Pierre Robert. Pancake got his name, was from National Pancake Day.
That was his first day as an intern.
Yeah.
And he was listening to the show.
Yeah.
And he heard us mention it, and he came in with pancakes. He went to the IHOP and picked up pancakes, and forever was solidified as Pancake.
Is it always on the same day? So can we always say
wonder.
that?
I think there's two different ones.
Of course there are.
Casey, if I remember correctly. So I don't remember if it was March 3rd or not that happened. But I know that tomorrow IHOP is going to be offering up free short stacks of buttermilk pancakes from 7 a.m. to 8 p.m. at participating locations.
And you know what? It really should always be on March 3rd because if you think about it, it's 3-3. And then a stack of pancakes is usually 3, right? And a short stack is 2.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah. Is that what it is? Wait.
Oh, is that what it is? It's not depending upon the size. It's always 3 and 2.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I thought it was the amount of pancakes.
That I don't know.
So a stack is 3?
Yeah.
And a short stack
like
is 2?
Like a standard stack of pancakes is 3, and then a short stack is 2.
I never put that together.
I can confirm we got table pancakes yesterday at brunch, and there were 2.
Right?
And you ordered a short stack?
They were a short stack.
Okay.
But that's the size of the table. You had 2, right? Isn't the table pancake... Isn't it a huge pancake?
Table pancake isn't like the size of the pancake. Pancake is we all get our own dishes plus pancakes to share.
I see. Okay, I've been living a lie then. I thought this was an enormous pancake.
Okay, so when you order a table pancake, do you dress the pancake uniformly? Or do you each take a piece of the pancake and then address it? Because some people like it more buttery, more syrupy.
I don't think you could do that.
Right?
Everyone would have to tailor it to their own taste.
I think it's whoever goes for it first. We just drizzled because it had berries on it. It had a like a ball of butter.
Butterballs.
A butter ball. So one person just drizzled maple syrup all over it, and then it was just kind of a free-for-all. Grab your butter and go.
So if you want, I think you got to go light on the syrup. So for anybody who likes it more syrupy, they can kind of put their own syrup on it.
Well, you just, I think you cut your piece of pancake off and then you have at it.
Yeah, do it the way
you don't have. You don't have to succumb to the man.
And for as much as I love going out to breakfast or brunch, but like specifically breakfast, the amount of time it takes to actually start eating your breakfast after it comes to the table, I think takes too long. Especially if you're getting like a French toast or a waffle or a pancake. It just takes a little bit of time to get it ready because you got to butter it and syrup it. And,
you're talking about the prep work that you have to do.
Yeah.
Is too much time.
Yeah. It's an outlandish amount of time to apply butter to your pancake and syrup.
I didn't say outlandish, but usually when you get a meal, like you get the meal and you just start eating, right? Whether you got to cut it up. But like I actually just went out to breakfast 2 weekends ago and I just got an omelet. But the amount of time it took to actually get the omelet, because I was putting, I had to dress up my hash browns and, with some ketchup and some hot sauce and stuff like that.
You're very meticulous.
Yeah. Well, only with breakfast.
Yeah.
Only with breakfast.
Well, but not with any other meal? You don't...
You don't doctor
right.
no salt or pepper?
No, you never salt anything before you taste it. Or at least I don't.
Yeah, no, I know what you're saying, but no, I've never stopped to think about how long it takes me to prep my breakfast.
That's what I'm here for. I do all the thinking for you.
Thank you.
But now that I've said this, you're like, hey, hang on a second.
This takes too much goddamn time.
Yeah, no, I'm okay with it.
I'm going to skip it. I don't have that kind of time.
I didn't say I wasn't okay with it. I just said it does take prep time.
Oh, you said it took too much time.
Oh.
That implies...
Listen, I'm not it sounded like you were lightly complaining about it.
I'm lightly complaining about it, but
it doesn't bother me.
But I also...
it's your thing. Yeah, that's cool.
Okay, whatever.
Yeah.
No, I'm blown away.
I hate you guys. I hate you. You're putting words in my mouth.
All right.
I qualified it by saying, for as much as I love going out to breakfast, it does take a little bit of effort to actually start eating your meal.
Yeah.
I'm probably loath to describe a swipe of butter on a pancake as too much effort. But I got it.
But you also know the way I butter my stuff.
Yes, it's true. In fact, you were the one who was complaining about not getting butter in each square of a waffle.
Yeah, and then the way you got
you got to understand we're dealing with a surgeon here.
Yeah. And if you're getting pancakes, there's 3 pancakes, so you got to put butter on the bottom, and then butter on the middle one, and then butter on the top. No, you don't do that.
No, I put a little bit of butter on the top. If I put butter, and I put very light syrup. That's the way I have my pancakes.
Your bottom 2 pancakes are very jealous of that top pancake.
They're going to have to deal with it.
But if you get short stack.
That's a quote. Yeah. That's a Caseyism right there.
If you're only buttering your top pancake, poor bottom pancake.
Yeah.
I think the only prep I have is poking an egg if I get the Eggs Benedict. So that it doesn't overcook.
Yum.
But other than that, I don't know what other prep I throw into my breakfast. Because the toast is usually buttered already.
Oh,
not always.
Not always. I forget to ask for it dry.
Oh,
first
I
world
think we got
problems,
to a lot of
right?
this.
Problems, guys.
If you're a wealthy businessman, you don't have time to butter your pancakes.
I saw this guy. He takes his toast. When it comes out of the toaster, he doesn't lay them flat like this. He lays them vertical because when he feels like when he lays them flat, people are very particular about their breakfast. But when he lays them flat, then it makes them soggier, if that makes sense.
Because it's like soft from where
I don't mind the
down below.
soggy.
Me neither.
I don't mind the soggy
Say
at
it
all.
again. I was reading a text. Hang on.
When the toast comes out of the toaster, he likes to lay them vertically like this instead of like flat horizontally because it creates like a steam thing and it makes the 2 pieces together like soggy on that side. And like you, Steve, I don't mind that at all, just as long as it's like nice and warm and the butter can spread evenly.
So explain this to me again. He lays them vertically.
So
what does he make a tent?
Yeah. So this is your yeah. So he puts them like that.
Yeah.
And he lays them like vertically like that.
Yeah. How does he get him to stand up like that?
You don't travel with the toast stand? You didn't have a toast
He's
stand?
good.
Yeah.
How does he get it to? He's good.
I think but I get what he's trying to do.
Yeah.
I do
to
too.
me, but I like it really buttered, and I don't mind it really moist, and that's fine. Especially if you're doing cinnamon toast.
Yeah.
Oh,
you can
man.
only kind of do it with like thicker toast. It's not going to necessarily work with like a rye bread or anything.
Okay. Yeah, okay. Anyhow, if you want to get free pancakes, IHOP has that for you tomorrow.
Do you know I just recently had pancakes I haven't had them in years, and I had them around Christmas time. Claire, we had got this new griddle. Thank you, our new kitchen, Mr. Contractor.
Contractor, yeah.
And so this perfect griddle for making pancakes. They're effing fantastic.
Yeah.
I just find it hard to reason with having essentially cake for breakfast.
So is this a griddle that you put on top of your range?
Yes.
And it's removable?
Yeah, it's awesome. And that came from Ray's Appliances, another advertiser.
You can buy those. We have one.
Yeah, I know. I just never think about it. I have a separate electric griddle. I used one last night. Oh, by the way, I made smash burgers last night. And when you make burger, with fresh ground beef, do you put breadcrumbs in it?
No.
Okay.
No, so you can find your way back?
Yeah. No, so I like to throw some breadcrumbs in there, and obviously I like to use egg too to kind of make it sort of.
You're making a meatloaf of sorts.
Kind of, yeah. So last night, I made this up on my own. Instead of using breadcrumbs, I took Cheez-Its and I smashed them up, and I made Cheez-Its instead of.
Do you wear a lab coat when you cook? 'Cause
No.
I always think you're experimenting.
Dude, it was good, man. It was damn good.
Yeah?
Yeah, it changed the complexion of the burger, made it like a little bit more orangey ready, but I mean when you grill it or fry it or whatever, it still ends up brown.
Do you know what I do?
Yeah.
I stand my hamburgers up vertically.
Yes.
And I pour the ketchup on it.
Smart.
Well, you know what? I would have to try that.
Yeah.
I would have to form an opinion on that. I have no idea what that would taste.
You know what, though? If you stop and think about it, you're never going to try that.
No, I'm not going to. I think it would be too much of a risk.
It takes too much time.
No, it doesn't take me much time.
Too much prep time.
It would be too much of it might not be good, and therefore I would, waste a pound of beef, and I don't want to do that.
I was willing to take that chance, but I didn't tell anybody in my family that I had done that.
For fear they would think less of you.
Well, no, for fear that maybe they wouldn't. I
wouldn't
just
try
wanted I wanted them to go in kind of like blindly optimistic.
What do you tell them? Don't come into the kitchen. Daddy's pleasuring himself.
No, I didn't. Oh God, no.
That'll keep them out.
Keep them out. I don't want to see what I'm doing with the Cheetos.
Yeah.
No, I just wanted them to, start to enjoy their meal, and if they had anything to say about it, then they could say something. So I waited them for each of them to be a few bites deep.
Okay.
And my daughter in particular was like, "This is a really good burger," and I was like, "All right, I want to."
You want to know the secret?
Yeah.
All right. Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
So they were basically, it was a double blind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I knew it wasn't going to be bad, right?
How did you know that?
Because Cheez-Its are awesome.
You can't go wrong with Cheez-Its
You can't go
in
wrong
anything.
with Cheez-Its, right? Thank you.
And so the feedback was positive?
Yeah.
Okay.
No doubt.
All right.
So, but I'll do it for you, right? I'll make you a smash burger.
Yeah.
Maybe down the shore sometime.
Okay.
All right.
We'll see about that. I made a meal last night. Rochelle was traveling and had an 11-hour drive yesterday and got back, so I wanted to have dinner all ready to go. And I made a recipe from a woman I'd seen on Instagram. She was really funny. Food looked good. I eyeballed it just from watching her make it, and I thought it turned out great. And I got kind of a lackluster response.
You put the effort in.
My own wife.
What was it?
Oh, it was a chicken thighs, and it had orzo pasta and cannellini beans and butter and garlic and all kinds of great flavors and stuff like that. It was I thought it was quite delightful.
Take the full plate and just throw it into the garbage.
I thought about it. I was going to throw it at her, but no.
You!
But no, she got done. She didn't say anything while she was eating, and then she got done, and I'm like, how about? She's like, oh, it's good. I was like, okay.
Yeah.
I worked kind of hard on
deal. My wife, she had made, she knows I like chicken cordon bleu. So she made chicken cordon bleu like a real chicken cordon bleu recipe.
Yeah.
The way she likes it. I admittedly like my chicken cordon bleu like a deli makes it.
Okay.
Breaded chicken cutlets, essentially,
Oh, okay.
with ham and cheese in it. Not the classic real way to make chicken cordon bleu.
Yeah. Takes a lot of work, by
It's the
the way.
deli way.
Yeah.
So, and so she gave it to me, and and we're eating it. I thank you, and it's good.
Yeah.
You don't like it. I don't like it the way I had to say.
Yeah.
And I explained it.
You walked
I
yourself
don't
into
like the way
a corner.
but I said, here's the deal, and this worked.
Yeah.
If I tell you I like everything, when I'm telling you I like something, I really like it.
Yes.
I'm not just feeding you nonsense.
Yeah,
and
agreed.
99% of the stuff that she makes, I love. So I can always say, I told you the truth about the cordon bleu.
Right.
So this is really good.
Hey, you're not supposed to like everything.
No.
And you don't.
I don't.
You
God
know?
damn it.
But that's why
And I like my crappy deli cordon bleus.
Yeah, but that's why my wife's meatballs are so good. It was a trial and error thing. And it's not like they were bad off, right from the get-go, but, it was just like... it was
not enough Cheez-Its.
It was a little bit R&D, you know what I mean? And now...
What, with you as the consultant?
Yeah.
To make sure that you liked it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
I think...
Now all is harmonious.
Exactly.
When I was learning to cook, and I was a vegetarian, I was making chicken, and I think my boyfriend at the time and my brother were eating it. And I didn't know... I was making lemon chicken. And I just kept putting in more and more lemon and no olive oil or anything else.
Right.
So we sat down to eat. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
It was like drinking lemonade. So we sit down to eat and I was like, how is it? And everyone's like, oh, it's good. I'm like, tell me the truth or I'm going to make it this way forever.
That's
and
it.
like,
You are setting
well.
yourself up. If I had said to Claire, I love this cordon bleu, keep it coming, baby.
Yeah.
I would have been in a world of hurt.
Yeah, exactly. You got to be honest.
And that's why she knows, again, the predominant amount of stuff I love. And she did a wonderful thing by making those for me. I didn't say that wasn't a wonderful thing, but I wanted to be honest without being cruel.
By the way, and I saw this article this morning, and I didn't know we were going to be doing the connoisseur today. I apologize.
Connoisseur Junior?
A couple texts are coming in saying this is like a Friday. So a report from Morning Consultant talks about the reason that Americans can't stop ordering takeout. And it said the biggest motivator for fast casual dining, and I 100% agree with this, is exhaustion and just too wiped out to cook.
I just love to see the way they send the plastic forks and spoons.
Is that what it is?
I'm just so excited. It's like a Christmas thing. I do order a lot of takeout. I do get a lot of takeout. We just happen to have a bunch, now more than ever, of really good restaurants that offer takeout, like good quality food, Mediterranean, good stuff.
Oh, by the way, last week I had mentioned, Casey, you said something about, I had an article about what the average person spends on lunch.
Yes.
So over this weekend, and I bring my own lunch to work. I've been doing it since COVID, and I make it on Sundays. I make the lunch for the entire week. It's all pre-made. I have these great things called a Bent-Go. It's a bento box. It's sealed, and it has different compartments in it. So I make my lunch, and I bring all 5 of them, and I put them in the fridge here. Yeah. And just when I'm done with the show, I go grab it. I have my lunch. So I wrote down the total of what I spent for all my ingredients, and I ballparked some of them because some things like the salad dressing will last me for 3 weeks or so, 2 or 3 weeks. So I kind of figured the dollar amount, and I cut it by third. And so for an entire week, 5 days of lunches, cost me $19.
Whoa!
Yeah.
That's amazing. And so you went and did this yesterday?
I did it yesterday.
I'm so mad at myself. I meant to text you yesterday to remind you that you only needed 4 lunches this week because we're going to be at the Corporate Classic on Friday.
You dumb bastard.
I got an extra.
Yeah.
So $19 for an entire week, or an entire work week of lunches every week. And then I totaled that up, and I took in vacation and all that stuff into consideration. And I save about somewhere in the neighborhood about $1,700 a year.
I could buy a lot more pot.
Yeah.
Totally. But that's from bringing my own lunch every day. So.
And honestly.
Hey, wait a second. How does that stuff stay? Sorry, Case. Yeah. How does that stuff stay unaccosted? Sitting there in the refrigerator.
Stays fresh because that
box. What do you put dynamite on it?
No, the bento box that I have in it it's completely airtight.
Yeah, but I mean to the prowlers that might enter.
Oh, they know.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's you're not touching it.
All right.
Yeah, they're not going in. And the boxes are like, I don't think anybody would open it so clearly. You can't see what's inside there.
Right.
And I keep them in a bag inside of the fridge as well.
Start to finish, how long does it take to make all 5 of those boxes?
20 minutes. Yeah.
So 20 minutes each?
No. 20 minutes for the whole, all 5 of them. Yeah.
So one of the things about having a community kitchen the way we have here, did you guys see there's like a large array of Fig Newtons?
I did.
Yeah, I did.
Who's that from?
Don't know.
It's got to be from Paul. down the hall.
Possibly
Okay,
Paul.
yeah.
Why Paul?
Because he brings in a lot of baked goods.
Oh, does he?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's very generous, but I'm like...
And the people that
I'm
are
always leery.
super selfish. They don't do anything for anybody.
You would
around
figure
here.
they'd be bringing in country food.
Yeah, they don't do any of that stuff.
Biscuits.
What are you talking about?
What have you ever gotten from XTU?
Oh, wow. I never thought about
selfish. They are selfish people. Except for Donnie. Donnie's all right.
Donnie's very cool.
Yeah.
I don't feel like the Fanatic shares as much as we share with them.
Oh, definitely not. But I go down and steal stuff from them all the time.
Okay.
Yeah,
You just like to talk sports.
Yeah, you got to go travel. I do.
Yeah.
So, according to this, as far as people ordering fast casual food, it said the data shows 40% of trips to the restaurants happen because of simple fatigue. They said fast casual isn't chosen for adventure, it's chosen for relief, which I totally get it. And you guys know I like to cook, but more often than not, I find myself just not wanting to do it. If we don't already, that's why we'll meal plan sometimes at the beginning of the week, at least have like 3 of them planned out, and that usually covers the whole week. And then you buy, we do a big shopping day on Saturday or Sunday. Rochelle and I do it together, and then we're good for the week. But that's when I order, because I'm just like, I just don't freaking feel like doing it.
You know what sort of serves that purpose for me? The Factor meals. Mm-hmm. I use the prepared meals, which are very good. I'd put the Factor stuff uniformly, depending on quality, a solid 8. Some stuff is prepared. All the stuff is like this salmon and stuff. It's fresh. It's real. You can augment it. But it gives you enough. Do
you have to just cook it, or do you actually have
literally
to prepare
microwave 3.5 minutes?
Out. Okay.
Yeah, I like a little hotter.
Yeah.
And then I take it out, put it on a plate, and the stuff is good. The vegetables are fresh. You would know, Preston. Like sometimes some of these services will provide kind of like a rubbery chicken. This is real chicken. It's real. So for me, it serves that purpose.
These are prepackaged, pre-made peels.
Ready to friggin' go.
Pre-made meals, not peels.
Yeah.
And how many do you get a week?
4.
Okay.
Yeah. And then I augment the rest with ice cream. No.
Good call.
And then just, I'll whatever I get, whatever I want to pick up. But they're in there ready to grab.
Yeah.
And Marissa, they're vegan and vegetarian stuff. They have a 3-bean vegan chili that's phenomenal. Yeah.
Okay.
It's called Factor?
Factor, yeah.
All right, nice.
I get sucked into by my phone. So like the Uber app, I leave notifications on because you want to know if your driver's arriving or if anything switches. So they take advantage of that, and they'll say like, "Ooh, are you hungry? You want to order some Uber Eats right now?" And
They're like pushers. They're like drug dealers outside an elementary school.
Very much. And I don't tend to order takeout. I'm able to walk to a lot of places,
you're right
in a
outside
vicinity.
the door.
Yeah, exactly. But every once in a while, I'm like, oh, maybe I do want a Whopper.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It just gets you.
By the way, I had a Whopper on Friday.
How was it?
On the way
How was
home.
it?
It was fantastic.
Welcome home, baby, right?
And they did take their care to wrap it neatly. And you guys will love this. Okay.
Did you spill something?
I haven't been to Burger King in a long, long time, and they built a new one in my area. And I don't know if this is a standard thing, but I go through and I place my order, and I drive up to the first window, and I pay. And the girl says, I give her the card, and as I'm driving away, she goes, "You rule." And I'm like, oh, she must listen to the Preston and Steve show. And before I got to the next window, I'm like, that's their slogan, you moron.
I'm loving it. Oh, she must love our show. Yeah.
That's cute.
You rule. I was like, oh, that was nice.
Thank you
very
very
much.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, God damn it. And then so I go to the second window, and I get
They must have included ketchup packets because they're a fan.
And I get my order, and then she asked me, "Do you want a crown?" And I go, "Hell yes, I do."
She must know that I'm the king of radio.
So I got a crown.
God, yeah.
And I wore it on the way home. I put it on, and it was made for a little kid, so it barely fit on my head, and I have a tiny head anyway.
Yeah.
I never pass on the crown.
Drove all the way home with that crown on, and that girl told me I ruled too, which was pretty awesome.
Double rule.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, that's cool. And taste-wise,
An idiot, Marissa.
as good as ever?
Oh, my God. Yeah, it was excellent.
I love Whoppers.
It was wonderful.
Yeah.
And by the way, I want to give some love to McDonald's. I got an email from the McDonald's in Harleysville thanking me for
really?
You're becoming a fast food mecca out there.
spotlighting their great workers that they had over there. So, all right, anyhow, like I said, I didn't mean this to turn into connoisseur.
No.
I apologize. It started with the story about me being an idiot at a restaurant.
It's Connoisseur Junior. Just like Dinosaur Junior.
Makes it feel like Friday. Listen, we will be doing the Connoisseur live from Montage Mountain on Friday because Cardboard Classic is this Friday, Pepo.
By the way, there have been we've done modifications that you'll be able to hear the show outside better, which is going to be cool.
Yes.
We have all sorts of things implemented to make sure that everyone is able to view, but with a improved safety, improved cycling through. We're going to keep things moving nicely. Yeah. It should be great. And again, it's going to be 88 degrees up there.
Actually, we were looking at a more detailed forecast, Steve. That's Saturday, but Friday, the highs are going to be like in the low 50s, but there is a slight chance of rain. So just heads up, it is a rain or shine no matter what.
We're doing it.
Like we said earlier, the weather does not matter. The event goes on no matter what. So come out and do your tailgating and hang out and be a part of the party.
I've never known, and you guys will agree with this, anyone who's ever come up and sort of waited and finally bit the bullet and came up and became a part of it, they come back every year after that.
For
they
sure.
love it.
So this is the first time for you. Come on out, man. Let's see what it's all about. We're going to take a quick break. Come back in a second. We got the B-File on the way, so stay with us. Has a hearing aid section, believe it or not. Yeah. And a whole where you can go in and get tested. And have, I took my dad in there when he was living with us for a little while to get his hearing aids fixed and all that. So,
well, Dad, if you're listening to this right now.
Yeah. This research is part of a growing wave of very promising lab studies that point to a tantalizing future where Alzheimer's and other neurological issues could be a thing of the past. Besides this P7C3A20 research, others have scored remarkable lab results using different compounds and treatment. So this has made normally cautious scientists so excited that they are making bold predictions. University of Edinburgh neuroscience professor Tara Spires-Jones said that this month she thinks that the scientists are closer than ever to a truly life-changing treatment in as little as 5 to 10 years.
You need stuff like this. I mean, this specifically robs you of when family members or people are dealing with this and someone ceases to recognize them. The whole Bruce Willis's thing, it's not exactly Alzheimer's. Right, but there is a similar aspect, and it robs the person, you know? It's a horrifying thing.
So regardless of the cause, previous research has suggested that Alzheimer's is a form of inflammation, and that means lessening or zeroing out inflammation in the brain could be key rather than managing symptoms. So let me get to the whole the mouse thing. Yeah. So for the study, the scientists focused on the impact of the crucial molecule called NAD+, or I'll call it NAD.
Yeah,
I know. Sounds like a ball, right? Yeah. It's a coenzyme important for driving cellular metabolism, which decreases as we age. Patients with Alzheimer's suffer from a significant decrease of NAD+ in the brain, and hence their brain cells have trouble maintaining normal functionality, staving off inflammation, canceling other physical hallmarks of the disease.
Go ahead.
Yeah, they took 2 types of mice, lab mice.
All right.
That have been genetically bred to be predisposed to Alzheimer's. So they know how to do that. Treatment successfully prevented them from developing the disease. But the big news was they injected the compound into another batch of lab mice who were suffering from a relatively advanced stage of Alzheimer's at 6 months of age. After getting injections, the mice completely recovered their cognitive ability, and their NAD+ levels were restored to homeostasis levels. So that's amazing.
That is amazing. So if the NAD levels are correct, do they even have to introduce the D's nuts?
No.
I don't think so.
No, as long as your NADs are good, D's nuts.
You don't even have to worry.
You don't even have to concern yourself with them. What's also good about this study is that P7C3A20 offers an alternative pathway to boosting NAD levels versus taking over the chemical precursors for NAD+, which can raise NAD+ to such toxic levels that people could develop cancer.
Don't want that.
Yeah.
That's where you would introduce the D's nuts.
So I thought that was pretty amazing.
No, listen, so much of just having hope, it really does help to have something to affix to. And I think this is very encouraging news. Chris Hemsworth has an issue with this, right?
Well, I think there's a family
history.
And
he found out that, he found out he's very predisposed to it. Yeah,
but I mean, listen, yes, this is encouraging, and I'm really happy. But then I also feel bad for the people that it's too late for.
I know, and it is the sad nature of these things. But hope is hope.
Yep.
Yeah, so they want to obviously start human trials as they possibly can, but they obviously have to do more testing before you can find out if you can even try this stuff out.
I wonder if you can could they talk to Rat Boy, because that's kind of a happy medium.
Possibly.
Already
Eugene.
There.
Yeah.
Eugene.
That's from Rat Boy. So we'll have to wait and see. But listen, it's hope. It's good news. And when I see
why
stories,
not good news?
When I see stories like this, like I got a birthday coming up, all right? And I'm like, oh my God. All right, 10 years All right, would that be available for me when I eventually have Alzheimer's?
I have it all planned out. I'm going to keel over. We got a cure.
Yeah, the next day.
Yeah.
It'll happen.
The guy's going to step over my body on the floor and go, we can fix it.
It's like 10,000 spoons, but all you need is a knife.
Right. Yeah.
All right, Steve, here's a text from somebody. It says, an audiologist here. There is a link between dementia and hearing loss. So dementia. Lack of hearing makes you withdraw from conversation and you lack mental stimulation. And that's a quick explanation of it.
There we go. Okay,
So
that makes sense.
Yeah, I could see that.
The less engaged, again, I've seen people in my life where I know when they took the classic retire, kind of disconnect from society and engagement, it seemed that their dementia accelerated.
And then here's a text that says, and yes, most insurance companies do not cover hearing aids, and it is criminal. So just a heads up, it can get expensive. All right, let's move over to orgasms.
Yes, love them.
All right, we go from...
And how are the mice doing with this?
They're...
Oh, man. Who's your daddy? Who's your daddy?
Well, this is mainly in females.
Female mice.
If you've ever found yourself in tears or cracking up during sex, even if nothing was especially funny or upsetting, it's not uncommon. Having sex...
Oh, she definitely got there. I can hear it.
I'm going to make you laugh so hard.
Oh, my God. You're possessed.
Oh, my God. Multiple laughters.
And then we need the screaming orgasm guy on the other side of that. Oh, my God. Oh, it's too funny. So having sex can be weird.
Wow, I'm gonna be like her.
It can
I'll
be
have what she's at. Yeah.
It can be weird, awkward, or embarrassing, and it turns out our reactions to it can be as well. New research suggests that headaches, crying, nosebleeds, or even hallucinations during or after an orgasm are totally normal responses for women.
Yes, it's funny. You always Just Saying Institute always seems to tap into things I've just read articles about or whatever. I mean, I know we're pulling from the same pool of stuff, but it is a convulsive sort of thing.
Yeah,
and so you would imagine.
Yeah, and your body releases
people have heart attacks,
all kinds of hormones, so. A new study from Northwestern University is the first one to look into how often and consistently women experience various responses and when they happen most often. And it finds that while these sensations tend to be rare, they are within the range of normal sexual response, even if they're surprising to the woman experiencing them. Dr. Lauren Stryker, a clinical professor at Northwestern University, says that women need to know that if they have uncontrollable peals of laughter every time they orgasm and nothing was funny, they're not alone. The study involved anonymous responses from 3,800 women, and 86 of them reported experiencing these responses. Overall, 61% had physical symptoms, 88% had emotional responses, and more than half felt more than one symptom. A third experienced a headache.
Yeah.
Almost a quarter had muscle weakness, and close to 20% reported foot pain or tingling.
So if your nose started to bleed, would you think you were in the upside down at that point?
Only 2% reported getting a nosebleed, by the way.
Okay.
So that was more on the rare
I would
side.
think I'd burst a blood vessel or something if that happened.
Yeah. Laughter was fairly common, as 40% experienced it.
Well, if something feels orgiastically good, that's why there's a correlation between tickle porn or tickle, that sort of thing, where people really want to be tickled into, submission.
And 4% had hallucinations. I'm sorry. I was thinking about something.
What?
Remember the one time we all made our orgasm faces here?
I forget.
There's a video. There's a Daily Rush video somewhere, Steve, and I think it might be a screen cap of you, and you're just like, this grimace on your face.
I would never want to see my face.
How about that, man? Would you? The next time you're taking care of yourself, have your phone nearby.
I'll stream it live.
Take a quick video.
Marissa's got the it's on our YouTube page.
It's
Daily
an old,
Rush.
It's an old videos from 12 years ago. And
man,
I think I had purposely paid attention to when I was taking care of my own business as to what my face contorted into. I didn't look at myself while I was doing that, but anyhow, try that out at home today. The most common response, though, from the women that were surveyed about this was crying, actually. 63% said that they had, and another 43% say that they felt the urge to do so.
A flood of
emotion,
hormones.
Yeah.
There's a happy
Marissa,
cry.
not to get very personal, but have you ever had any of these?
Any odd reaction?
Dad, stop listening now. No. But I have had a partner that did.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I was with somebody who cried.
Really?
Yeah, it was weird.
Wow.
Yeah.
Like often or just one time?
Every time.
Every time.
Whoa.
Wow.
Yeah.
No
it wasn't like a sob, but it was like it was a whimper because it was probably like holding back from trying not to cry.
Okay, question. Did you ever talk to him about it or ask him?
No, it wasn't the type of relationship that I needed to.
All right.
I just can laugh about it on the radio so many years later.
No, I was just wondering if you got any insights from him about that.
It wasn't.
That's interesting.
I didn't need to talk to him that much.
Okay. All right. Gotcha.
That's why you're married to someone else, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Only 17 of those who reported having any of these experienced them consistently, and 69% had them sometimes. So if you have a weird reaction like that, it's not necessarily, out of the ordinary, and just be aware.
What if you involuntarily evacuate your bowels?
You mean that doesn't happen to you guys, too?
That's how I got that face.
Let's talk.
All right, we'll go somewhere else. Now, Marissa can relate to this. It's something called time blindness.
Very.
Russell Barkley, a retired clinical psychologist at the University of Massachusetts, is often credited with linking time impairment with people with ADHD or autism. In 1997, he called it temporal myopia. But recently, time blindness has sparked a social media debate. Where is the line between a genuine condition and someone who is disorganized or just plain rude?
Yeah, a lot of people use it, and everyone wants to jump on the latest syndrome and stuff and say that's why I'm late for work all the time. It's because I have this, but it's not. There is a definite clinical condition that is not what a lot of people think it is.
Time blindness is the inability to determine how long a task will take or conceptualize how much time has passed. It relates to executive function that occurs in the frontal lobes of the brain. It is a well-documented characteristic of many people with ADHD. And Stephanie Sarkis, a psychotherapist in Tampa Bay, Florida, said anyone can have issues with running late. Just with ADHD, there's functional impairment. And it impacts family life and social life. It impacts work, money, management, all areas of life. Sarkis said if a person's chronic tardiness is 1 star in the constellation of symptoms, then it could be evidence of a treatable disorder. She cited research that stimulant medication prescribed for other ADHD symptoms, such as inattention and restlessness, is also effective at treating time blindness.
So you said ADHD is
might be
all right to part of this. I err on the other side. If I'm anything, I'm too early more often than not. But I'd prefer that. I think we both agree, Preston. Rather get to the airport way early than close to on time. I feel
like the airport.
I get too nervous.
The airport one is the only one where I'm like, okay, I want to be early.
I see you walk in like when we do movie screenings. You walk in like 2 minutes before the movie starts. I've been there for 45 minutes.
Yeah.
Well, the airport thing.
Yeah.
And the reason that I don't mind getting there super very much, Marissa. Yeah, I got this text from Eric Yost, who's he used to be actually chef for M. Night Shyamalan.
Oh yeah.
And he sent me a picture of the sled that they put together. And so it's a bus.
Oh, baby.
Kind of looks like I don't know what they're going for, if it's a riff on Pierre, but it looks like love is kind of the theme. But this is
oh man,
the picture of that. And
great.
Although there's a pointy part in the front, you see that?
Yeah.
I think that's that might be some issues going down over the crest of the hill, but we'll see. But he had written, and the reason I bring this up to you guys now is he wrote, I'm bringing a charter bus of 50 from the brewery with a bunch of riffraff, and we got a keg on the bus. I apologize in advance.
Let's see how that plays out.
Oh, my God. 50 people.
Now, there's a whole bunch of rules about the amount of people that can go down and make sure you go down.
Yeah, I don't know if they're all going on. I don't can't have that many people on the sled, I don't think. But
love the support, right?
But anyhow, yeah, if you're coming out, that's excellent. And by the way, thanks to Dave Thompson, who reached out and sent us pictures of the fire truck that they put together. He said, this took me 3 months to build.
Jesus.
Said, hopefully you get to see this. I know you don't get to see, or he sent me the pictures. I know you don't get to see all the sleds up close and see all of the detail. And they're the ones that are doing the fire and response truck, which is FART.
Yeah.
So
it takes longer to build a real fire truck.
It's beautiful. So good luck to you, Dave, and we'll see you out there. Real quick, a shout out before we get to the beef file. I got this as, hey, Presbo, requesting a juicy, fat shout out for my friend Frankie James, Monday, March 2nd. He has to get a colonoscopy on Monday and has spent all Sunday crapping his guts out and hopefully recording some audio for future use. And I know it's very short notice, but if you could get it Monday, that's fine. If you can't get it Monday, that's fine. It will be a post-posterior proclamation. All the love, rage on. That is from Mrs. Will Games or Sam from the YouTube chat. So here's a shard to Frankie, and good luck to you, sir. And we've all had... Or I don't know if all of us have, but most of us have had multiple colonoscopies.
I've had a number of them. In fact,
and they're fine.
Preston, I had 2 within a month and a half of each other because there was just one thing they needed to check, and it was fine. But hey, that propofol, man, you're going to love it.
Yep.
Well, on that topic, I had my mammogram the other day, so a reminder to all the girls to get your girls checked.
Yeah, everybody get everything checked out.
Yeah,
if you would, please. It's a good idea. It's
we want you here.
Absolutely. All right, and then Steve, you wanted to plug something, right?
If I may, if it's not too much trouble. All right, thank you, Preston. I'm sorry, I put the thing over here. This Saturday, new location, earlier time, I do the Love Potions event for Philadoptables, which is a great time. They're a great organization. And it's moved. It's now going to be at Bistro on Bridge in Phoenixville. We love Phoenixville. It is this Saturday from 4 to 7 p.m. That's an earlier time, so you still have your Saturday night if you want to get out. Come to the event, check out, Phoenixville, which is amazing. And if you're not familiar with it, Philadoptables does all sorts of amazing work for animals, and their charity is astonishing. Drink specials, raffles, music. I'm your host. There's going to be all sorts of stuff going on. The venue is terrific. And again, we're very excited to have it for this first time in Phoenixville. It's Love Potions, 15th annual event. It is it's a charity event, but it doesn't feel like it. It feels more like a party. And this new location is going to be really cool. 4 to 7, you get there, have some fun, hang out, start your evening off, and go off and do something else afterwards. So that's this Saturday.
Very good. All right, and then I have another shout out because I just saw this. This is from Brian, and he said he wants to wish a happy anniversary to Ashley Bullock. Their cardboard classic wedding was 7 years ago yesterday.
7 years ago.
Do you remember that?
I do remember it.
They said the right dues at the top of the hill on a sled, and right after they kissed, we pushed them over and they went down the hill.
We do. We've done so many of them, and that one I clearly remember, but there were a number of things that still... If you were to bring them up to me now, I might say, did we actually do that? Did somebody actually do that?
Yep.
Oh, we've had people on swings. We've had boxing matches. We've had pool games. We've had The Price is Right. We've had the Munsters House. We've had the Wizard of Oz. We've had it all. We had a multiple, you can't do it anymore, but a multiple story building come down.
Yep. But a wedding, that's pretty awesome.
That is pretty awesome.
Very, very happy for you guys, and you're still together.
Maybe someone will conceive a child at the top of the hill this year.
Crazy things have happened.
Why not?
Let's just add that to the list. All right, it's Bizarre File time. Here we go.
WMMR presents Preston and Steve's Bizarre File.
Brought to you by The Bagster. You can buy yours now at any home improvement store, just $29.99. You fill it up, they pick it up on your schedule. The Bagster, dumpster in a bag by Phil gone. A story out of Texas. 2 people were rescued Saturday morning after a hot air balloon crashed into a cell phone tower in Longview.
I was watching the video of this rescue. Pretty amazing.
Strong winds at that elevation caused complications for the rescue efforts. The fire department said that 2 people in the balloon were safely rescued. Both were taken to a local hospital by EMS.
And you know what? They couldn't get service.
The crash happened around 8:15 a.m. when a hot air balloon basket carrying 2 occupants struck a cell phone tower at an estimated height of 920 feet. That's how high up they were stuck, man.
It's crazy, man.
Wow. Multiple agencies responded to the scene. Longview is home to the Great Texas Balloon Race.
Not so great.
Is an annual event held at in the summer that's filled with hot air balloon enthusiasts. This didn't happen during that event, but it's not connected to it. But nonetheless, it's an area where they do hot air balloons quite a bit. But everybody was okay, thankfully. Police near Atlanta kindly asked parents Wednesday to double-check lunches that they pack for their children after one tyke came to school with a martini to wash down a midday snack. The South Fulton Police Department released a picture of what at quick glance looked like a normal school lunch, but on closer examination, the aluminum can wasn't juice, soda, or any other non-intoxicating beverage. It was a can of lemon martini made with vodka, triple sec, and lemon juice.
You know what? I love you guys.
Police said in a statement, that is not Capri Sun and that is not apple juice. And they said this is a whole parent had a long night starter pack.
Didn't your dad confuse something?
Yeah, he was drinking. My mom came home and my dad was working on his sermon. He was a deacon and he was sitting there drinking a twisted tea, having no idea that it was a hard iced tea. I mean, and honestly, you can't taste the alcohol in it. It tastes like iced tea.
It's deceptive.
Yeah, it was just like some standard Tuesday morning.
Some kid with a martini at school, though, is pretty hilarious.
By the way, the beverage is at 11% alcohol, about twice as what beers are. So the police added to check the lunchbox before the Fulton County School police resource officers got to do inventory at recess. A man is accused of stealing trading cards worth thousands of dollars from Florida Target and Walmart stores in a scheme that involved taco seasoning packets. Keith Wallace faces charges of felony organized retail theft and felony money laundering. Wallace would take large boxes of trading cards and an equal number of 99-cent taco seasoning packets to the self-checkout and would pay only for the seasoning packets.
The old switcheroo.
The suspect is accused of selling the trading cards on eBay. Investigators made controlled purchases of the cards and confirmed that the proceeds were deposited into Wallace's personal bank account.
They didn't have to specify if these were like Pokemon cards, did they?
No, but I assume they are.
Yeah.
Wallace is accused of committing 75 thefts across Florida, spanning from Orlando to Florida. About 39 of those thefts were at Target stores. And the thefts resulted in retail losses of more than $10,000, but Wallace got nearly $40,000 in revenue from the resale of the cards. Wallace is also suspected of theft at Publix locations, and if he's found guilty on all charges, he faces up to 90 years in prison.
Why am I was under the impression that they lock up those cards, right?
It depends on where you are.
Right.
It depends on what store you're in. But if you go to Target, there's a whole section of them just hanging on the wall. Yeah.
Yeah, wow.
Yep. So a rancher in North Carolina had a nightmare experience in a car wash recently when wire fencing sitting in the bed of his pickup truck got entangled in the rotating brushes.
Oh, Jesus.
Kyle Corbett shared a video of the aftermath on TikTok, writing, "Lesson today is don't go in the car wash with high tensile wire in the bed of your truck." He said, "I needed to put up more fence for my cattle, so I purchased this reel of high tensile wire the night before, and the next day I went uptown to take care of some business at the bank. I decided to run through the car wash real quick and didn't think about that wire." He said, "I never used that truck for any work. I went to the car wash and the guys checked my truck out for safety. I went through, and that's when all hell broke loose." He said it wrapped up half the fence in just a matter of seconds and beat the hell out of the car behind me.
Oh, man.
He said it sounded like a war zone. So you got all this metal just flying around. He said, "This is not good. Yeah, this is terrible," as he was filming the mess. So dude's going to have to pay up, I would imagine. A video that went viral last week showing a young woman dangling from a chairlift at Big Bear Mountain Resort in California raised some eyebrows. The woman was ultimately okay, landing on the ground just a few feet short of the top terminal of the chairlift. But the explanation of how the incident started in the first place is a little questionable. Rula de Miranda Arc, a 21-year-old woman who was seen in the video, said that she was in so much pain. She said, "My body was in pain after the incident, but ultimately okay." Her twin sister, Razel, apparently did a pull-up from the chair, which Rola tried to replicate.
And Rola couldn't quite do it, could she?
She accidentally slipped, and she ended up really falling. And I was like, oh, my God, Razel said in the recounting the accident. Big Bear reportedly said that Rala and Razel had failed to maintain proper safety protocols. Hopefully these ladies learned a lesson that won't let the fame of a viral video get into their heads. But yeah, they were kind of, messing around.
I don't think I would do a pull-up on a chair like that.
No, especially if you're way up there. Forget about it, man. All right, and then we'll do one more story, and then we will wrap it up. Let's end with, let's see, this one. A guy named Mahir Qaudry is a 21-year-old college senior trying to make ends meet. So a bill for more than $3,200 from North Texas Tollway Authority is out of reach, especially because he says the charges have been racked up on a car that he no longer owns.
Oh, no.
So he sold his Honda 2024 to a local dealership, bought a Chevy Bolt in its place, and about a month after the sale, he got a bill from the toll agency that the license plate was on his old Honda, and said that he called the agency and sent them a copy of the bill of sale and expected the charges to be reflected within a couple of weeks. But a couple of months later, another bill arrived. He said, "I thought I had sold the car. I thought I was done. I was rid of it, but nope, not even close." He said he lost track of the number of times he and his father have tried to reach out to them. And 2 years later, the bills are coming in, and the charges are in excess of $3,200.
That sucks.
He said, "I don't own the car.
Yeah.
Why should I have to pay for that?"
He makes a good point.
So they looked into the case. He reached out to a TV station, and once you do that, they start finally getting back to you and figuring things out. But they said that apparently he hadn't filled out everything properly initially.
Yeah.
And then just they were going through red tape trying to make it happen. The ordeal is a reminder to carefully check the websites and the state for complete necessary steps to be taken in order to avoid any surprises after selling a vehicle.
After my wife's car was stolen a couple of years ago, we got a couple of bills from toll areas.
Okay.
Yeah, but then she of course terminated the transponder.
All right, and there you go. That's what I have in the bizarre file for you. We're going to take a quick break, come back in a moment. Don't forget, if you are interested in winning a trip to see Metallica at the Sphere in Vegas, you can now get signed up for it. Click contest at WMMR.com and on the MMR app as well, and enter for your chance to win. It's the Metallica Life Burns Faster at Sphere Las Vegas. And we are also supplying you with ticket and travel packages that you can purchase on your own. You can go to just Metallica.com and get that information. So you can do that as well. But the shows are no repeat weekend. 2 completely different shows on the set list. You go to both of them, go to Vegas. Pretty sweet deal. Go to WMMR.com for the details. We're going to take a break and we'll be right back. Stay with us. Fear of the major inconvenience it would be to miss your flight.
Right.
And how many hoops you have to jump through. I am already going to be tired from this day.
Yeah.
And I don't need to add on several hours and complications and all that. So getting there early is totally worth it. Plus, there's stuff to do at the airport.
Right. Yeah.
You know?
Could pretend you're a spy.
Yeah. So for me, it's more of like this. You never know what the security check-in line is going to look like.
Yeah.
And I've been there where I've just walked right through, and then I've also been there where the line goes all
Secret
the way
Service.
down. No, the line goes all the way down. The corridor.
Yeah.
And so my fear is that I'm going to get there and it's going to be really, really crowded. Right. And Press, you're right. There are a ton of things that you can do, and also, even if they're I can just sit in the terminal, play on my phone or whatever.
Yeah, see, I just have all of these things all together, and it's so terrible.
You're like right up. You'll right up to the last second.
Oh yeah, yes. And Steve, like, I'm self-diagnosed ADHD, and I see the videos on Instagram, and I watch them, and I relate with the person who thinks that something takes 4 minutes and it takes 27 minutes.
Yeah.
But every once in a while, one will come by and it'll be like, "Oh yeah, you had an event," and they're saying like, "Oh, I'll be 5 minutes late," and you're like, "That's okay. I've been here for 3 hours." Like that doesn't compute with me whatsoever.
So this is you then.
Whatsoever.
Yeah.
And on top of this, I also have I'm not motivated to do things until I have to do something else. Like when I had to pack for over vacation for a road trip, I decided that was when I wanted to hang up the clothes that had been sitting on my floor for a month.
I see.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does.
Like it was the pressure to pack that was like, oh, you know what? I've been meaning to do this. I should do that now
you get
and distract it
productive
away from that.
You get productive under pressure.
Yeah.
And is it difficult for you to attach priority to something? Meaning, like let's say this: if you had to be somewhere at 6 p.m. and if you weren't there on time, you were going to lose your job. That kind of priority would motivate you to be there early.
I am so falsifying myself that I still think that I'm going to be on time, no matter what time I leave.
Okay.
I can convince myself that like I'm still leaving with enough time. Does that make sense?
But what I'm saying, but if a heightened priority were put on something, would you make a mental note to I will not get there late, I will get there early?
Yes, like I will still think that I am leaving with enough time to be there early, but somehow
even though you're running
this
late?
time blindness has kept me, and I end up being 3 minutes late.
I can't wrap my mind around that.
So what about
wild?
What about?
It's hard to explain and it's hard to justify it because people don't understand it.
Yeah, so there is, and I feel like you did this to us. Maybe it was in Chicago or whatever, but we all had dinner reservations, and they don't sit you until everybody from your party shows up to the restaurant. And let's say the dinner reservation was at 6:30, and like you showed up well, and we're all just sitting there in the lobby, like just waiting and waiting. It might not have been you; it might have actually been Nick, but it was like I was like, come on, man! You know, there are like 10 people here waiting for you to be on time,
right,
And this is me, the guy who's late for everything. Yeah,
sure, yeah. It like whatever that minute is. Tell me 5 minutes before, and I will be there at the minute you wanted me to be there. Does that make sense?
Jeff Meltzer, a therapist in Bradenton, Florida, counsels people who never show up on time to examine the core issues behind their lateness. And this is interesting. Here's something I hadn't considered. He said some people who hate small talk fear arriving early, which could point to anxiety as the underlying issue.
That does suck.
Others may feel that they don't have much control over their lives, so they try to reclaim a few minutes from responsibilities. He said it's the same psychology concept behind revenge bedtime procrastination, referring to the urge that one may have to stay up late to recoup personal time after a busy day. Like, I had a busy day, I didn't get to enjoy anything, so I'm going to stay up late tonight.
Yeah.
So in those cases, one tool is to create a small, what he calls a coping card to refer to regularly. And he said, after determining a reason for chronic lateness, take an index card and write down a reframed thought about that reason and a consequence of being late. For instance, on one side, write, attending this meeting doesn't mean that I lose my freedom. And in the other side, write, being late again will upset people at work.
Yeah, that ain't gonna work. Ain't gonna happen.
No.
And you're gonna put off doing that.
Yep. Meltzer said the hardest reason to change the habit would be something that early arrivers often attribute to latecomers, a sense of entitlement. People who feel that their time is more important than others' time may give themselves permission to be late.
You know what makes me feel a little bit uneasy is when we have a guest show up way early, and I know that there are certain guests that like Mark Summers is an early guy.
Right.
I think Todd Glass is an early, and that's just who they are. They don't like to be late. Yeah. So let's say we tell them to be here at 8, to be on air at 8:15, and then they show up at 7:30. That makes me feel uneasy because now they're just waiting for 40, and I don't want them waiting for 45 minutes. I'd rather them wait for
I'll tell you, as someone who does arrive early, I never feel that the onus is on the person who's the event I'm going to, that they have to entertain me or
yeah. I think most early arrivers don't either. So I think you just know that they made that choice.
Okay.
And they're good with it.
Yeah.
So it should be cool.
Except Mark Summers, who called you a prick.
The list of things that you're describing there, Preston, I feel like don't describe me. I'm so apologetic for all of it. And there's no entitlement about it whatsoever. I just feel like I could be more productive in that time than waiting for what was going on. And that's what I convinced myself.
That if you get there early, there's something else I could have been doing that was productive. And are you indeed doing productive things
Usually,
that make you run late?
Yeah, I'm doing the thing that
Shadow
I
puppets.
wanted to do a week ago.
Right.
But I'm motivated to do it right now.
All right, so this is interesting. Particularly helpful, he says, has been making a list of how long things take. Getting out the door in the morning felt like it took 20 minutes until this therapist, Levat, listed every step from bed to door. So he actually timed it out. Walk down the stairs 1 minute, find shoes 1 minute. And he said, I had a list that was a whole page long of literally walking between rooms, and learned that it took 45 minutes, not 20 minutes.
Right.
So if you
More than
actually
twice.
do a one-time test of how long things take, might give you a clearer picture.
I get that.
Yeah. All right. Well, anyhow, what are you laughing at?
I'm laughing. I'm laughing at these texts that came in that are saying that they're associated with me.
Okay. Gotcha. All right. So
I'm
anyhow,
surprised they got the time to do that.
I like Marissa. We need T-shirts. It's real. It's hard to figure out. Or I thought Marissa was describing me. So I feel you guys who are out there.
all right, we're moving on to another story. As scientific advancements go, this is really unusual. A growing number of people are getting Brazilian butt lifts and breast enhancements using fat from donated human cadavers.
So there's something wildly ghoulish about that.
The product called
Franken-ass.
Aloe Clay is made from sterile fat that goes through a cleaning process to remove DNA and other materials that could cause
like to donate your loved one to go into someone else's ass.
It could cause a bad reaction. It is meant for patients who are too thin to use their own fat.
Yeah.
Or who have already had liposuction. This doesn't bother me. I think it's just weird saying that, but I mean, you get if you even got donations from a living donor, I mean, it's still
that's weird too.
Removed from the body.
I mean, you will listen for life-saving. They already use cadaver stuff for life-saving measures.
I don't know what's weird about it. It just seems weird.
But
to
when
me,
it comes for cosmetic reasons,
seems a little bit more frivolous.
Yeah. Or.
So the filler can be injected.
What are you going to do with that penis?
The filler can be injected in a doctor's office without general anesthesia.
Yeah.
And Dr. Sachin Siradurani, a Manhattan plastic surgeon, said demand has been high for the product. Procedures start at around $10,000 and go up depending on the amount of filler used. Men are also using aloe clay to sculpt their chests without implants. Just dead people's fat.
How soon before they're going out these kill squads to get the ass juice that they need?
I saw there's a girl that on Instagram. Crazy, I know. I follow attractive girls on Instagram, but there's a girl on Instagram who is she has 6-pack abs.
Right.
But her body, the rest of her natural body fat doesn't seem to jibe with that. And I think that there's some kind of implants or injections that
It could be that. You know
what I mean?
That sort of contouring is quite common these days. Yeah. Where you see someone who's the rest of their body fat ratio doesn't belie a sculpted abdomen.
And as you know, Steve, to get that in, because you've followed bodybuilding and stuff like that for a long time, to get the really definition, you have to build up the muscle first. Then you got to lose weight. Big time. You have to lose the fat. The fat covers up the muscle. And when the fat is gone, then you see the definition.
Absolutely. In case you would well know this as well, when they have to the water all of that has to be purged, and you would see it throughout the entire body. Yeah. You wouldn't just see it in the abs.
Right.
So, Preston, this one person that you're talking about, did they have more fat on them?
Okay. Exactly. So that's what I mean. It doesn't jibe together. So I think they're doing either injections or maybe flat out implants.
There are ab implants.
Are there?
Yes, there are.
I wouldn't mind having ab implants. I mean, once in my life, I'd like to have. I took a real shot at it, man. I worked really, really hard for.
You got it.
Kind of, sort of, but it was so. I had to give up. I was trying too hard, and I injured myself a couple times. I'm like, I can't do it.
Get him on your back. See how you like.
Dude, those back abs are awesome.
You must work out like a
Look at
fiend.
that.
You've got back abs.
Yeah, I mean, these people
Six
are
back
getting,
abs.
Are you looking at pictures, Mariz?
Yeah, I mean, I guess it's like the equivalent of getting a boob job. You're just getting an ab job.
Yeah. So we're looking at the photos of the guy on the left.
Can they
here,
do
Marissa.
hand jobs?
It's kind of like the girl that I was saying. See how you can tell that he's got sculpted abs, but he has big love handles there on the side too. It just doesn't
seem to make sense.
Quite jive.
Yeah.
So, all right. Anyway, you can always do Dead People's Fat if you want to now, because that is
It's a good
available.
band name, Dead People's Fat.
All right, I think we got to wrap up the. Or do we have time for one more?
One
case?
more. One more.
All right. All right. Let's do a quicker one. Yeah. How about this? New research shows that stressed out rats are more likely to use cannabis when given the chance. Pat Benatar, that song "Heartbreaker" came out in 1979. That was her first hit, and then "Hit Me with Your Best Shot" is the one that exploded for her, which was I think on the next release, next album.
You're exactly right. 1980, a top 10 hit in the U.S. and Canada, her signature song, and that was followed by "Love Is a Battlefield," "We Belong," which is one of my favorite songs.
Yeah,
love that song. And Fire and Ice.
Fire and Ice was a good one.
Shadows of the Night, Promises in the Dark, Hell is for Children, Invincible. Great stuff. I love her. Her husband, Neil Giraldo, right?
Yeah.
Great guitars, and they're a songwriting duo. And but her voice just wails, man.
I think she was going to get into opera.
Yeah.
She was going to start to train as an opera singer, and then decided to, obviously take another path. But one of the power voices.
And she's small, that she can draw that that power.
And what's "Love Is a Battlefield"? The first whoa.
Yeah.
We are strong. We are strong. See, I sound just like it.
It's amazing.
Just like that is power personified. Vocally. So
what I also love is to hear them talk about the current. They're still touring. They still do the deal, but they their kids are unimpressed by the legend of Pat Benatar.
That happens.
Yeah,
they don't care. That's mom and dad.
Right.
Yeah, no big deal. But we're going to be highlighting, all these great voices and performers over the next month, which is pretty awesome. So we're happy to share. Real quick, Case, you want to mention this event?
Oh, yes. So just in a little less than 3 weeks, my team, the Rock and Rollers, we're having a bowling event to support Families Behind the Badge Children's Foundation. Listen, there's some slots open. You can either book as an individual bowler for like $45, or you can rent a lane for 6 people. That's $250. It's not a lot, right? So
It's not.
No, you get 2 hours of bowling. You get your shoe rentals. Each lane comes with a couple of pizzas and some soft drinks. But if you click on events, or if you just check our homepage on PrestonandSteve.com, you can reserve your slot to bowl with me and the rest of us on. It's going to be on March 21st. It's a Saturday night, so it's a nice Saturday night.
So that money-
7:30 to 9:30.
That price comes with pizzas and
Yeah, pizza, soft drink, bowling, and shoe rental.
It's the whole free thing.
It's a whole thing. It's a family-friendly event. There is a bar at Sproul Lanes.
Yeah,
so,
you get hammered.
if you wanted to make an adult event, you can do that. But it is a kid-friendly event. And listen, I'm just gonna say it. There's a lot of slots open. It's making me a little bit nervous.
Yeah.
So, this is a fundraising event. I'm trying to get money, for Team WMMR, for Families Behind the Badge. The event is a Saturday night. I designed it on a Saturday night because it's just easier to get out on a Saturday than it is on a Friday night.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so if you just go to PrestonandSteve.com, click on Rockin' Bowlers. Oh, there's also an opportunity to bowl with me specifically, but that is it's an auction bid, so you can bid to bowl with me. But I also come with
they get a little bit of agitation.
Yeah, they roll a spliff. Yeah, fire it up, and you're good to go.
Irie.
Scientists.
Literally and figuratively, you know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
But I mean, and you're a good bowler.
I'm decent.
You're a good bowler.
Mm-hmm.
Has it been a while? Have you been?
No.
bowling?
I bowled in December, and I averaged about 160.
All right.
So that's I was for somebody who just picked up a ball and just started throwing it down the alley. I think I did pretty good. I think 160 is not that bad.
No,
but so I'm gonna be hammering this for the next week or so, because the other thing that makes me a little bit nervous is the week of the event. We're gonna be off for a few days, so I won't be able to really give it any lip service on the radio. But if you're listening right now and you like the bowl, and especially if you live in Delco, please come and join us.
I'm going to try to get down. I'm going to try to I'm going to break out my ball, see if I can get over there. I have all the stuff. You were my consigliere when I was getting into bowling.
The other thing is, and I don't want to gum things up a little bit, but I am teaming up with Marcus's team from the ACS Bikeathon. So this will ultimately, depending on how successful the event is, will benefit the ACS Bikeathon team as well. So thank you, Preston.
All right, no problem.
Yeah.
And that's at Sproul Lanes, right?
Yeah, well, Sproul. You can, it's weird. It's like
I've always said Sproul.
Sproul Road.
But I'm not from the area.
Sproul Lanes.
If you buy a ticket, you can say it however you want.
But it is kind of like Caribbean and Caribbean.
Yeah.
Nobody will correct you if you say Sproul, and nobody will correct you if you say Sproul. It's weird.
Like caramel or caramel.
Exactly.
They still have an escape room there?
They do.
Okay.
Yeah, they got an escape room. They got a bar.
Bathrooms.
They have
got bathrooms.
they have bathrooms.
They have bathrooms. They have lockers.
Come try our new bathrooms. Wow. All right. Well, I don't know. How do you want to package this? I got a few different things to tell you about.
Right
so I know you this. I knew when we're going to the store.
Time for the general store. There's a proprietor, Preston Elliott, standing at the door. He likes to spill things.
I do. Oh, my God. Made a total mess if you missed the story earlier. All right, so this is this is kind of out of the travel section, and it's also out of the relationship section. We have a relationship section of the store.
It's a huge store.
Have you guys heard of a new dating term called the Alpine divorce?
Dude, my wife just said this to me yesterday.
I want a divorce.
No, it's a little bit more detailed than
Have you heard about? You guys heard about this?
Not heard of the Alpine divorce. No.
It is disturbing. Yeah. Okay, it happens when a couple goes on a date out in nature, like on a hike or something like that, or a camping trip or a bike ride, and then one abandons the other in the wilderness to fend for themselves.
Oh, this has happened a couple of times recently. By the way, that's a crime. If you abandon it, yeah.
So yes, this has happened lately, and that's why we have this term, Alpine divorce. And it's not only a bit of a form of abuse, experts say, but it's also not as uncommon as you might think. Stephanie Sarkis, a psychotherapist specializing in narcissistic abuse, among other mental health issues, says that she has had clients who have unfortunately experienced this, and says an Alpine divorce can be deeply traumatic, causing immense mental and physical distress, as one might imagine.
You've been left for dead.
She said, I've seen it a few times. I think that we all have a fear of abandonment to different degrees.
Sorry about that whole abandonment thing.
Being out in an area that you do not know, where there's wildlife, where you could easily get lost, especially if it's unmarked, that's a real fear for people, she said. The term actually appears to take its origin from a late 1800s short story called An Alpine Divorce by Robert Barr. The tale involves a man who attempts to murder his wife while the two are out hiking on a mountain. The term, has been getting newfound attention thanks to a recent viral TikTok in which a woman shares a video of herself, shares a video of herself alone out in nature. The video, which has over 19 million views, includes text that says, POV, you go on a hike with him in the mountains and he leaves you alone by yourself and you realize that he never liked you to begin with.
That's a good indicator.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. The comments are full of horrified and shocked reactions, as well as people relating to her experience.
Well, there was a story. I think it was the reverse. I think it was a woman. She and her husband were hiking. I remember this went to court. I think it was the woman who did it. And basically, they were standing on the edge taking a picture, and the woman pushed the husband off the cliff.
Oh, boy.
Yeah. Well, there was one recently in Europe where a guy just left this woman and she froze to death.
Yes.
You remember that one?
Yeah,
I had that
on the
bizarre
mountainside, yeah.
So one person wrote, my boyfriend did this to me. I found another hiker to show me how to get back, and then I went home and blocked his number.
I mean, for all intents and purposes, that could be attempted murder. Mm-hmm. You're leaving someone out in the elements?
I guess it depends on where you are and what the conditions are.
It's like, so if it's... You assume the person will find their way back, or I don't know the intent of someone who would conduct an Alpine divorce, like eliminate them, or here's my way of just saying you find your way back, and I don't want to tell you I don't want to see you. This will be my object lesson in me not wanting to see you.
Another person wrote, I got left alone in the forest once, had to walk back 2 hours by myself after he drove off.
It would suck.
Oh, he drove off.
Another person wrote, my friend got abandoned by her partner on a trail, and she goes hiking consistently now on her own with her dog in hopes of being there for any women who have had the same thing happen to them.
When I go hiking with Claire, my wife, I tend to walk very fast. And so I always have to slow it down. But, I'm always, when she goes hiking with her friends, I'm like, it can be scary if you get lost or you don't know your way back. Her sense of direction isn't all that great. So this is a horrific thing to do to someone.
Yeah, most definitely. If anybody's ever had this happen, please let us know. 610-660-9333.
Can you do this at a mall?
Maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know. I was at King of Prussia Mall, and I've been walking through that for years, and there are still times where I'm like, wait, do we go right or left here?
I think
my car?
My mom did it to me yesterday. I brought it to Acme, and I'm like, all right, we're going to go down here to the produce section. And I took like 10 steps. I turned around. She was gone. I was like,
she joined a circus.
Yeah.
Sarkis says an alpine divorce can happen with someone you recently started dating as well as with someone that you've been in a relationship for a while. Usually, she says, it accompanies other behavioral patterns that indicate your partner lacks empathy or care for you.
Yeah, that is cold, literally.
She says it's common for people who have been through an alpine divorce to get gaslighted or blamed by the person who abandoned them. Often the abusive partner will blame the other person for not packing enough water, not walking fast enough, or not having the right gear or equipment.
Well, why did you let me drive away?
They said this is gaslighting, plain and simple. No one deserves to be abandoned, let alone by someone who supposedly loves them.
I didn't know you wouldn't like that.
She says people who, with a lack of empathy, are really into teaching people a lesson.
Yeah, that's sociopathic.
They're looking for a reason to blame you, and they can have a hair-trigger temper, so they will just leave and not even consider what your needs are or that they're abandoning you.
So if you have any idea or you've seen any of the signs that someone has any of these attributes, don't go hiking with them.
Yeah, probably not a good idea to head out into the wilderness.
Let's go camping.
If you're concerned about alpine divorce, Circus recommends always making sure that you have a way of contacting authorities in case of an emergency, which whenever you go out into nature.
Even though I had a bad encounter with one of these things, Garmin makes a great device that you can keep on you that allows you to text, or even like a sat phone if you want to get a satellite phone. But the smaller Garmin device is a handy item, and it will help you get located even the most rural areas.
It says if you're on a hike with someone that you don't know too well, make sure it's a short trail.
Yeah.
Not too far from civilization, and that there's plenty of other people.
This should be fun today, hon. There's a lot of bears in the area.
And if you've been through an alpine divorce, give yourself time and space to heal. She said I would recommend talking to a therapist because that type of abandonment can be really traumatic. The bottom line is that a person who did this behavior, and it's possible that they may do it again.
I think if in the weeks preceding the hike, the husband or boyfriend has ever asked you how long you think you could survive in the wilderness, don't go.
Yeah. I haven't...
it's such an alien notion to do that to someone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess hopefully that means I'm not a sociopath.
And I wonder if this happens in, like big national parks, in like Yellowstone or things like that, if they just leave, because that's crazy dangerous.
Yeah, and you can't ask where's the best place to abandon someone in the park?
No kidding. Wow. But I'd never heard of that term, alpine divorce.
Could you?
Until this weekend.
Okay, I assume that a lot of this will also happen if you're like, besides a hike, if you're camping, and you wake up and the person's gone. Yeah. Because if you're hiking, how does the person? I don't know.
I mean, usually when I hike, I'm like within 5 yards of the person that I'm hiking with.
So what do you just bolt?
Yeah.
Well, I would assume that they probably get into an argument.
Yeah.
And then somebody's like, I'm out of here. I'm leaving. You find your own way. And then you're so maybe disgusted with each other that you don't want to be around that person anymore. So you let them leave.
Wow.
Try to find, I don't know.
When we hiked Mount Washington, me and my cousins, now, long story short, we weren't actually supposed to hike Mount Washington this day. We were just kind of waiting a few hours for the lodge room to be available.
Right.
So we just checked the trailhead just to see what it was like, and we just started walking, and my cousin just took off.
Yeah.
So there were 4 of us total. So my 3 cousins and my one cousin he just kept walking, and so we just kept walking. And my line of thinking was like, oh, well, whenever he makes his way back down, then we'll make our way. And he never made his way back down. And so we ended up.
Does he live on the mountain now?
No, we ended up just all hiking the whole mountain that day. We had gotten to a point where I think there's a lodge in midway through called Castle in the Clouds, and there's like a spring up there. And we had gotten to that point, and I said to my two cousins who didn't abandon me, I said, that was so hard. I don't want to do this again tomorrow, so I'm just going to keep going.
Did you find the cousin who abandoned you?
Yeah. So finally, when we made it all the way up to like past the tree line where you're bouldering at this point, he started making his. So he went all the way up, and he kind of had the same like.
Okay, you'll scare people if you do stuff like that.
Yeah. Let me double back a second. So there's 4 of you walking together.
4 of us walking together.
You're looking around.
Yeah.
Taking a nice leisurely stroll.
Yeah. Well, it wasn't leisure, but yes.
Well, but he decided to just. Were people stopping and he just kept going, or did he just go really, really fast?
He was way more fit than the rest of us were.
And was he showing off?
Not showing off, no, but he just kept walking, and I guess he had gotten to a mental point where he's like, I'm just going to go for it, and then
without telling anyone.
Believe me, so we weren't happy about it. I was actually okay with it. My sort of line of thinking was like, you maybe should have like doubled back and told us, hey, I'm gonna make the whole way up, and he didn't do that. But
I pushed him off a cliff. And
I didn't get like super butthurt about it. But we honestly didn't see him until we were, almost at the top.
How much later was that, do you think?
Oh, hours.
Hours later.
Yeah.
Dude.
If you're wondering where someone is in the wilderness.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it took us like 5 hours to get to the summit. So
This is Mount Washington?
I would say this is Mount Washington, yeah. So I would say we hiked probably together for maybe the first hour, and then he disappeared on us. Like I said, he was way more fit than the rest of us.
Yeah. I don't think that's cool.
It was not.
The 5-hour unplanned hike that would get me.
Yeah. Well, we were supposed to hike the next day, so we were ready to do it. But
the next day.
Yeah, the next day.
But you didn't have supplies, water. Did you have water?
We had water.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So I had my little Camelback on me.
Did you have Cheez-Its?
No, but I had trail mix. I definitely had trail mix. But so when we had gotten to that one little lodge area, there was a spring there. I definitely had to refill my water. I didn't necessarily have the gear because at a certain point I had sweated through all of my clothes. So I did the second half of the hike pretty much topless. No, topless. And then you get up to the top where it's a little windier, and so I put a windbreaker on. Yeah, it was pretty wild.
Now, I may be getting this totally wrong, and if I do, I apologize. But didn't you almost fall off Mount Washington when you were trying to pee?
No. No. So that was the other time when we drove to the top of Mount Washington with my family, and I went to go pee, and it was so windy that the pee was coming back in my face.
You pissed on yourself.
I
remember this story.
Yeah.
You pissed on yourself at the top of Mount Washington.
Yeah, it's all windy up there.
It has some of the high. It's the most the
windiest place in the world,
in
right?
the world,
ever
believe.
recorded,
Yeah.
I think, was at the peak of Mount Washington.
And then
it's
also,
where all the people like to piss on themselves go.
So if you want to piss on yourself, but like pretend like you're not trying to piss on yourself, Mount Washington's a place to go. But but the weather can also change like that.
Yeah.
And so it's also really like I think more people die hiking Mount Washington per capita because it's an attainable peak, right?
Yeah.
It's only
you climb up, you piss on yourself, and you go home.
Yeah, but it can be really, really dangerous too.
Okay.
So.
Hang on, I want to go to this call. We have Tom, who's got a story to share. Hi, Tom, you're on the air, buddy.
Hey, man. I'm a 67-year-old retired teacher. When I was in college, me and my friends are in North Carolina, driving up from Florida. I'm a Florida Gator. Went to days out. I mean, we're like 3 days in the middle of nowhere. These guys hike a lot. I hike a lot. I'm busting, just walking off trail myself one day, and it's rough terrain. It's hard. You're going to get scratched up. You're putting yourself on trees to get up this stuff. I find 2 girls, like 18, 19 out there. The boyfriends took off or whatever. They can't find them. And to get to a exit for them, it wasn't days out. We were days from our place, but they were quite a hike out. I mean, they were hours.
And so their boyfriends just bailed on them.
They didn't give me a lot of explanation, but they were like, and initially just said kind of like, we lost them. And then how they said it sounds like, these guys thought it was funny and they left them out.
Wow.
Hours hiking.
Yeah. If you're saying rough terrain, that's not funny. That could be lethal.
Oh, to get out of this thing, it was like pulling yourself up rocky. It's Appalachian Trail kind of stuff.
Yeah, that sucks, man.
Off the Appalachian.
And you guys let him out of there, right?
I showed him the place, and I mean, it could have been not good.
Wow.
Two 20-year-old-ish young ladies out there, middle of nowhere, and I mean, not dressed for it.
Wow.
Shoes were okay, but clothes they couldn't handle the night in June. Or, we got snow, I think that trip, the first day of it. It was in May.
Damn.
Snow the first
Yeah. Forget it.
Well, good on you, Tom, man.
Yeah.
Nice work. All right, thanks for calling in, Bub. I appreciate
Appalachian divorce.
Yeah, not familiar until now. All right, let's go somewhere else in the store. There's an automotive department.
It's huge, sprawling.
About the store, and we invite you in there. Of course, the new cars today packed with high-tech features, all that stuff, and but car safety experts are now warning that many of them can actually be deadly. Among these are trendy pop-out handles, which were banned by authorities in China just recently amid fears that they can trap passengers inside of the car after a crash.
I don't like them.
And also, touchscreen infotainment dashboards have come into the firing line, as well as a growing evidence shows that they are a dangerous distraction. Unlike a physical switch or knob, a screen creates a distraction by forcing drivers to take their eyes off of the road while they are using it. Professor Milad Hagnan, a car safety expert at the University of Melbourne, said they require visual attention and demand glance durations often longer than safe thresholds. And that long glance duration can be deadly. So people are, that can be, and I'm lucky. So I bought a new car a few years ago, and I was surprised that it did not come with a touchscreen. It's got all the features up there, but you actually use a rotating mouse, essentially.
Right.
Which I am so glad. I hate using the touch screens while driving. I can't stand it.
I think it's a pain in the ass. So on my car, it's there for you can, but it correlates to buttons on the center console. And I know where the buttons are, and I use the buttons for that particular purpose. Everything, also what you can do, though, everything is controlled by voice. You can, do all the functions of the car through the voice prompt.
Yeah, so once I started, my wife's car uses the touch screen, and I'm like, I just feel you have to lean over and make sure that your finger is going to hit exactly where that is.
Tiny icons.
Yeah.
Now the touch screen that I have, it does actually have a taptic response. Like you feel as if you're pushing a button.
Oh, really?
A button on the screen.
Oh.
But what you can't do is feel that button
can't
before
feel
you
the
push
button.
it.
No, you have to look, and you're taking your eyes off the.
Yeah.
And a lot of times I'm shaving when I'm driving.
Yeah. So I hate when I use Waze all the time.
I'm usually eating soup. Same thing.
Yeah.
So,
Fettuccine Alfredo from me.
In the center console.
The when I'm on Waze, sometimes there's like an alert that there's a police or there's a car on the side of the road.
There's a police.
And there's a police. And so you hit a button to let the other drivers know that yes, there is indeed a car on the side of the road.
Right.
And sometimes I'll hit the wrong button.
Yeah.
And I'm like, but this is I'm right-handed. I should be able to my hand-eye coordination.
Think about this stuff. And then there's a big thing that you're seeing marketed all over social media, which takes your center screen and turns it into a functional TV.
Oh, no.
Yeah. Well, you can watch Netflix and movies. It's like, that should not be the case.
I think about it if you're in the backseat of a ride share, they'll get a new alert for a new ride, and they're like looking at it, whether they want to take it or not. And then it's on a timer. Like they only have 5 or 10 seconds to accept it before they lose it. And I'm like, we're in an intersection.
Yeah.
Do you want me to hit that for you?
Either drive, finish your soup, or take this.
Yeah.
Do you guys remember the WMMR app was actually test marketed for safety when apps were first introduced to be able to upload into your car?
Right.
The MMR app was one of the very first ones. And they were like, it was, cleared through, I don't know, was that the FCC or whoever it is?
So who does it now? Because there's a ton of apps that don't seem to have any.
That are wild, right?
Where the icons are very small. Where, there's no real way to, at least to the best of my knowledge, increase the size of the icons.
Yeah. Essential features are the ones that drivers often and frequently need to access during the drive, such as temperature control, wipers. What is a
soup?
Demister. Demister.
Don't know that.
It's demister.
Oh,
it's a demister.
So this is like the Daily Mail or something like that out of the UK. So maybe it means defrost.
Yeah, something you'd keep in your boot.
So defrost, headlights and the like. Car makers are shifting more and more to the essential features onto the touch screen in an attempt to declutter the dashboard. So to give some examples, it says Volvo's EX30 EV requires the driver to navigate to a sub-menu or the touchscreen just to adjust the mirrors and the rear window defroster. Likewise, Volkswagen's ID7 completely ditches conventional air vents in favor of a complicated digital display that can only be controlled through the screen.
Some of the EVs now have just a wraparound digital dash.
Yeah.
Everything is button and icon controlled.
Yeah.
Your side views are not mirrors, they're screens.
Little cameras.
TV screens. Yeah.
A recent study showed the driver's reaction times worsened by over 50% when they had to use touchscreen interface.
And let's say you're drinking. It's going to be that much more difficult.
Likewise, a 2022 study put drivers through a simulated road test while they tried to perform basic in-car tasks. The group that only used a touchscreen had markedly decreased reaction times, which would have meant traveling several extra car lengths before stopping on, at highway speeds.
Yes, yeah.
The solution, according to experts and regulators, is to ditch the touchscreens and complicated menus and bring back traditional buttons.
You can do it in a way that is, you can improve upon that. My brand of the car that I've been with for quite a while looks for a happy medium, and I appreciate that. I want those tactile buttons.
Yeah.
A lot of times, besides eating soup, Preston, I'm preparing blowfish. And
yes,
you have to be
one little
slip,
and you're going to kill somebody.
Yeah.
When car safety researchers talk about distraction, they describe it as having three aspects: visual, manual, or cognitive. Essentially, you can take your eyes off the road, your hands off the wheel, your mind off the task at hand, or some combination of the three. Touchscreens are so dangerous because they combine all three elements. You have to look at the screen, you tap on the menus, and you have to think about what you're doing as well. Buttons and dials, on the other hand, only create manual distraction as you reach for the controls. You don't need to look down or think about what you're doing to turn the radio down or to adjust the fan, making the distraction significantly less dangerous.
I think there should be big levers like in a locomotive.
Okay, or like a trolley.
Yeah.
Trolley. Yes.
Like
Yeah.
you pull the handle in, you pull it back, and that's how you control everything. That way, you're in the moment. It's tactile. You don't have to look at it.
There's also a growing body of evidence that shows that consumers don't want complicated touchscreen interfaces. A study, RAC study recently of 2,395 drivers, nearly a quarter of respondents said that infotainment systems were on the top three safety concerns. And a 2024 survey found that 26% of drivers admitted to making a mistake on the roads while interacting with touchscreen systems.
When was the last time you guys drove a manual transmission?
Long time.
Decades.
Yeah.
Decades.
Yeah.
I've only done it once.
I actually think the last time I did it was when we were in Sweden. I told you we rented a van.
Yeah. Okay.
And it had a manual transmission, and nobody wanted to drive it but me.
I wouldn't do it now.
It was actually fun.
I've lost all of it. I'd have to relearn it.
Right.
And it was years ago. I learned to drive on a manual.
Yeah, I owned a few of them. I owned a few sticks, and it is. I do like it.
Yeah.
I think it's enjoyable until you get into traffic,
and then
it's just like it's a pain in the ass.
Yeah,
it's the only time, and I know that I would have fun for a little while, but the moment that I got on the turnpike or something like that, I would be going, "Why did I get this car?"
Kiss your soup goodbye.
Yeah, that's gone.
I had a car. I don't know why it was designed this way. To change the stations, I had to get into the back seat.
Talk about
a ridiculous design.
I'm sorry. I got to pull over for a minute.
Hang on.
Wow.
Oh, commercial.
So anyhow, I think I hope that the manufacturers will listen to stuff like that.
Find a hybrid. I think a lot of people have the same. Oh, so by the way, the screen always looks all gunked up. A, and then B, if you have sunlight beaming in on it, I don't care how vibrant that screen is, you can't see it.
Yeah, most definitely.
Some bitch.
Question, Casey, is our interview at 9?
He's at 9.
All right, so we should wrap it up.
Close up
Got to close shop.
Yep.
Closing up the shop.
Yep.
Proprietor Preston Elliott, really enjoyed seeing you today. Why don't you come back or get a chance and check out some of the other ridiculous departments we have?
Please do. All right, we're going to take a quick break. We'll come back in just a moment. When we return, comedian Greg Warren will be joining us, so make sure you stick around. We'll be right back. Washington State University created...
Put on some Marley.
Created a detailed behavior profile for 48 rats. Yeah. And then let them access cannabis vapor for an hour a day over 3 weeks.
Why not just give them edibles?
I know, right? Maybe they could. I'm not really sure. So the rats could get the vapor by poking their nose into a small port. Rats with higher levels of stress hormone cortisone use the cannabis more often than calmer rats.
This cheese tastes so good.
The connection was tied to their regular baseline stress levels.
I'm in the mood for pizza.
Not stress from specific tasks or puzzles. Researchers also found that rats who had trouble adapting to changing rules were more motivated to seek out the cannabis.
It's kind of funny.
Trouble adapting to changing rules. They're like, dude, I can't figure this out. Let's just smoke
You're
up.
bumming me out.
Scientists hope this information could help people understand their own cannabis habits and make smarter choices about use.
Cannabis rats. There's another band name.
That's a band name. Yeah. The Cannabis Rats. I love it. All right, there you go. That's Just Saying Institute for today, friends. We'll do some more research and we'll return another time with plenty to feed your mind with. And I saw Temple's fencing Dr. Nikki Franke, who I believe you guys had at the Camp Out for Hunger. I thought you guys would like to share this. So absolutely, Dr. Franke came by and taught me how to fence, which I think I did a pretty good job of, other than almost crippling my knee.
Yeah.
But
she was amazing, though.
She was excellent. And she's had a 50-year coaching career at Temple. There was an event a little while back that they had over 100 of her former and current student athletes were in attendance. And each era got on stage and spoke about her impact. The women shared tears, laughter, and joy for the coach who changed their lives. She said it really was very moving. Over the years, it's still the same. The stories that they told and the things they remember, it really made me feel like, okay, I've done my job because they still have good feelings about their time here. That's the most satisfying thing about coaching.
She told the story about how it all came to be, and she just kind of on a whim, got involved with it. It became something very important to her. That program would not exist were it not for her.
She created it.
She created it, yeah.
So she is the 2026 winner of the NCAA Pat Summitt Award, an honor recognizing a coach who has demonstrated devotion to the development of college athletes and made a positive impact on their lives. And she was recognized for that alongside other NCAA honors recipients.
You should reach out to her and let her know how you were permanently crippled by your 7 minutes of fencing.
So her resume reflects her legendary status as a coach, as a fencer in her own right. Franke earned National Intercollegiate Women's Fencing Association All-American honors, earned a spot on 2 Olympic rosters, and was inducted into the Brooklyn College Hall of Fame.
Nice.
As a coach, she is the all-time winningest women's athletics coach at Temple, amassing 898 wins in the 1992 National Women's Foil Team Championship. Under her direction, the Temple program perennial ranked in the top 10 with 37 fencers earning 66 NCAA championship selections and 25 fencers earning 35 All-American honors. She was a 4-time U.S. Fencing Coaches Association Coach of the Year and was inducted into the International Women's Sports Hall of Fame.
Think about the way her life just played out and all these accolades and the commitment. But I mean, she had the 2 students with her the day she came out to the Camp Out for Hunger, and they were amazing.
Yeah.
So all the lives that she positively affected is just the staggering the amount of people that have gone through that program.
Yeah, it's a legacy.
Yeah.
It's absolutely.
I would call it iconic.
Almost Richard Marx-like, to be honest. So
the iconic fencing of Richard Marx.
So Eric, who emailed me, also said, hey, can I get a shout out for my neighbor, Francesca Lucia? I'm not sure how you pronounce her last name. Loiseau. And she won the NCAA Inspiration Award. So he sent me an article about her, and I read about it. And she was a tennis player, collegiate tennis player in her freshman year, and she had a stroke.
Oh wow!
She was doing weight training, and boom, just nailed her, and like half her body went out, and they saved her life. They had essentially bore a hole in her head, and released the pressure of a brain bleed, and so she took her a couple of years to rehab and get back, and she ended up getting back to tennis, and playing again in matches.
Well?
And I don't know if she got 100% all of her function back, but enough to participate again in the program. So she was given the NCAA Inspiration Award. So we want to give a shout out to her. Which is
just on a side note, and we certainly do that. Years ago when I was powerlifting a lot, when that was one of the things I do, I stopped doing that because I heard a couple of stories of like strokes and like when you're overtaxing your system like that, I'm like, I don't know, man, you're kind of flirting with. That happened to Paul Hogan. He was weight training and doing some sort of excessive weight, and he had a stroke. He passed out.
Yeah.
And this was years ago.
Do you remember, famous musician, played chef on...
Richard Marx?
No, not Richard Marx.
Isaac Hayes.
Isaac Hayes.
He was on the
treadmill.
Yes.
He was exercising. He was doing what he was supposed to be doing, and had a stroke and died.
Honestly, if you can, sit on the couch and eat junk food.
Please.
Yeah.
Please.
Yeah.
So I think it's Francesca Lusso, probably is how you say that, Marissa. I don't know.
That sounds about right.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Okay, I was just seeing if your eyes, if that made sense. All right, anyhow, that's the City Beat story. Here's another one for you. Wawa is closing a store on Drexel University's campus. This is nearly 3 years after remodeling to a digital order-only concept with no products on the shelves.
I remember when they debuted this. They had a ribbon cutting and the whole thing, and it was going to be in it. The thing I like with Wawa, though, is that something doesn't work, or they add something, they move. They're fluid.
So this didn't work.
One of the many things I like about
3300 Market Street location, which has been open since 2018, is set to close on the 21st of this month. It was remodeled in 2023 to test the new store format, which required customers to order all items on touchscreen, no shelves of products to browse. The pilot was not successful, leading to the store's planned closure, according to a statement from our friend Lori Bruce at Wawa. Prior to the pandemic, the store saw more food service than any other Wawa, they said. But the company statement shared by Lori said, over the years, we've made several attempts to address business and operational changes at this location. That effort includes partnering with property owner Drexel University in an attempt to address some of these issues, and most recently making investments in our store design to test fully digital format. Unfortunately, this test did not adequately improve performance or deliver an enhanced customer experience, which ultimately led to the decision to close the store, they said.
I think there's a lot of the Wawa experience is I go in and to my Wawa and I'll see people that I see there, and there, there's a little bit more of that. It's more like your country store.
If you are a regular at your Wawa, which you are, you know the people that work there.
Yeah.
You get to know them after a while. We need to expand our minds and knowledge at the Just Saying Institute.
The Just Saying Institute, home of the Marissa Magnata Mini Mount Snow Removal Service.
By the way, Marissa, she stepped out of the studio for a moment, but she was showing us some videos that she took of herself 15 years ago in Manayunk, where it was a really, really big snowstorm, and she and her friends are riding bikes down. I don't know if it was levering or one of the really, really steep roads. Crazy.
Yeah.
Insane.
Suicidal.
Yeah. So.
You said, what was you were saying? I could never do this now.
I can't do that anymore. I can't do that anymore. I will risk permanent damage in my destroyed knees and so on. So, all right,
tell my wife I love her.
We're going to start with this. NASA will soon run a high-stakes fueling test on its Artemis II rocket, a practice run that must succeed before 4 astronauts can fly around the moon. The U.S. Space Agency inched the 11 million pound space launch system and mobile launcher to a Cape Canaveral, Florida launch pad on Saturday. The slow procession of the 322-foot rocket topped with the Orion spaceship, took 12 hours on the aging crawler transporter to complete.
Those things are amazing. Did you say 11 million pounds?
Yeah, 11 million pounds.
Wow, man.
Yeah, it's unbelievable. I've been lucky. I've been to the Kennedy Space Center before, and we took a tour, like a close up tour. You have to pay extra to do that.
Yeah,
and they took us by the crawlers, and you're right at the base of it. It's massive, and that's just the thing that moves the massive rocket.
To roll it out into place is astonishing.
It's pretty incredible. So that 4-mile trek could mark the first leg of Artemis 2.
I love the name Artemis, too.
Yeah,
it's perfect.
Which will be a 10-day journey around the moon and back that will put the spaceship through its paces. The lunar mission will be NASA's first with astronauts since Apollo 17. It's been 53 years since anybody has been up that close to the moon.
It's been way too long, and I know that you are. I assume you're like me. I'm out of my mind excited for this.
Oh, very much so. So the astronauts include Victor Glover, Christina Koch, Reed Wiseman, and Canada's Jerry Hansen that will be aboard.
No Katy Perry?
No Katy Perry on this one. No, she did go up in the Orion.
On that mission.
The Orion, right? Oh, Case, I'm sorry. I don't have is your microphone not on? There you go.
In the Blue Emu?
In the Blue Emu.
Yeah.
So the Blue Horizon, was that it?
Yeah.
All right. So
the Blue Waffle.
The so-called, they're calling it the wet dress rehearsal.
Oh, man, that's hot.
Will load the Mega Moon rocket with 700,000 gallons of ultra-cold liquid oxygen and liquid hydrogen propellants and take the countdown all the way down to 29 seconds before liftoff.
You guys wet yet?
How this test goes will shape the flight timeline and determine whether launch opportunities
Go Squirt Go
in February remain in play.
So wait, when's the launch?
It's going to be February 2nd.
Ooh, that's exciting.
If it remains, if everything goes right, that
it's
can
12
always
days before Valentine's Day, Preston.
Can always change. So during the test, teams will fill the rocket and rehearse every major step of launch day fueling. Controllers will run through all countdown procedures, including the final terminal count, and then stop on purpose at T29 seconds. NASA is targeting February 2nd for the crucial exercise, though that could change depending on preparation. So
if you were to see like an Apollo 13 or anything that will show you the inside you just watched from the Earth to the moon, inside those capsules, the kind of equipment looks borderline prehistoric to what they're going to have now when they go into space.
Yeah.
I mean, when you realize that at the time, the average cell phone that we carry had more technology than all of NASA at that time.
Yeah.
It puts it all into perspective.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing. And you look at the antiquated computers that they were using and the commands that they had to give. So they used their commands were verb and noun.
Yeah.
It would be like verb 020 enter, noun 254 blank, and they would have to do these really long computations to do whatever they needed to change in the guidance computer, but they couldn't get anywhere without it. They had to use that stuff, and that's what and at the time it was cutting edge technology.
And then other times it was tape and a wing and a prayer.
Yeah, totally. So Artemis 2 builds on lessons from the uncrewed maiden voyage in 2022, which needed several tries to complete just the fueling. Engineers adjusted how they load liquid oxygen after seeing temperature issues and modified hardware after hydrogen leaks were discovered in the connections between the ground systems and the rocket. They also changed. Our next guest has been on the show many times throughout the years. He's going to be in our area not till May 15th and 16th. He's going to be performing at Soul Joel's, but we're reaching out to him and spend a little bit of time chatting because he's also been the announcer on Nate Bargatze's The Greatest Average American.
Which is so cool.
I love it. It's a great gig for him, and you can catch that on ABC. It debuted on the 25th of February. Please welcome Greg Warren to the show. What's up, Greg? How you doing, man?
Hey guys, good to see you. Good to hear you.
You too. You're joining us via Zoom, and it took a moment for Casey to figure out all the pictures behind you and the connection on your wall there. But we got it.
Take him a moment. I had to tell him.
No, but I'm looking.
Get it?
You had a picture of Warren Sapp back there, and I'm like, well, you're from like the St. Louis area. I'm like, why would you have a Tampa Bay Buccaneer? And it wasn't until I saw, I think, who was the
Was it Diane Warren?
No, I think it was Warren Beatty. I was like, oh, they're all Warrens.
The woman up there is Leslie Ann Warren.
Leslie Ann.
Oh,
Yeah,
that it was.
it's Leslie Hunter.
And then you got Warren Buffett and Warren. I'm trying to figure out who the Philly is because it's number 10, and I'm like, that's not Greg Luzinski.
I think it's Warren Brewster. I think
Warren Brewster. Okay.
Yeah. Warren Brewster was a pitcher for the Philly.
That's a great idea, though.
Yeah.
I love it. The one thing
I'm covering up Warren Zevon, which is the
Well, he's a legend here, a good friend of WMMR for years, and
Really?
Oh
Yeah.
God, yeah. There's a huge connection to Warren Zevon. Were you a huge fan?
Yeah, man, that's awesome.
Just the
That's
best.
great.
Just the best. Super talented. The one that's proving elusive to me is the American version, the movie poster for War and Peace. Who's in that? That's Warren.
Warren Peace.
Warren Peace.
I didn't have to tell him. You guys, you handled it in house. Yeah.
I was thinking an individual, not in the title. Very well done, sir.
Yeah, if you're ever looking for a redesign, you can have Greg's on one side and Warren's on the other. Because when I was looking at the Philly, I'm like, well, that's not Greg Luzinski, but
the bull.
Yeah. I do love that.
Did you guys know him?
I don't think I've ever met him.
We've had him around. He has a whole barbecue line.
Yeah.
So he actually has a pit within Citizens Bank Park where you can get Greg Luzinski's barbecue.
I didn't even know that.
Oh, I'm coming. I loved that guy. I had his baseball card when I was a kid, and I love barbecue, so I'm coming, guys.
Nice.
Yeah.
Does food motivate you to go places, Greg?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, barbecue especially.
Yeah. Okay.
What's your regional barbecue of choice? There's Texas barbecue, and then you got
St. Louis
barbecue too.
It's a great question, man. But I would have to say, most of all, I'm a fan of brisket, and Texas can't be beat when it comes to brisket.
No, it's true.
Greg, here's something they don't know out here, and I'm speaking St. Louis language here. Pork steaks.
Yeah. And it's a thing that we do here. It's a big deal. It's not as big of a deal to me as it is to most St. Louis.
I got over it.
Is it pork steak like a chicken fried steak, or what is it?
No, it's a slab of pork marinated in Mull's barbecue sauce for 3 weeks.
Mull's, you gotta maul it. There you go.
You don't bake that barbecue, you maul it.
You gotta maul it.
Yeah.
Is it similar to like a McRib?
Man, I bet you it is some similar. I don't remember it being as tender as a McRib.
When have you ever said that? Yeah. It's not as tender as a McRib.
So I actually just had an Alabama white sauce on Friday.
Don't care.
No?
I didn't even eat it, and I don't care for it. I've seen it. They have good barbecue there, but it just does not appeal to me, man.
What is it called?
It was Alabama white sauce. This one that I had, it had a really
Isn't that usually deposited on your chest?
Dude, I was going to say, that's a Southern porn term.
It's also known as, barbecue Alfredo. It's disgusting, man.
Barbecue Alfredo.
There's nothing appetizing about that phrase at all.
Yes, I mean, I made that up, but that's what it looks like to me.
Oh, my God.
Oh.
Wow.
Somebody has to make that.
So, Greg, stepping aside from food for a minute, let's talk about the Greatest Average American and you in the announcer role. And I assume you and Nate Bargatze have been in the comedy circles and been friends for a long time. Is that how that came about?
Yeah, I mean, I've in the last few years done a lot with Nate. He produced my last couple specials, and I've got a podcast that is on his network, and I open for him. He has about 20 different people that go out, but I was out in Cincinnati opening. It's incredible. He does these giant arenas.
40,000 people. I mean,
yes.
I think you're a perfect compliment to him, though, because you're both.
Thanks, buddy.
You've been working clean for a while. That's what Nate does. It forces you to be creative. Your comedy structure. It's super well done. I mean, but you have a bit more energy, so you're a little bit more dynamic, and he is more. It's an amazing thing, though, because and speak to this. You figure, you got 40, 50,000 people in an arena. It's going to be, you're going to hear all this superfluous noise. But if you see in his large shows, you can hear a pin drop.
It's silence, man.
Yeah.
It's crazy. It's like a club.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think it's partially because it's Nate. I mean, Nate just has this style where I saw him when he was like in his 20s. Like he lets people come to him.
Yeah.
You know, like there's not one hint of desperation in his delivery.
Yeah.
Especially when I was like younger, and even sometimes today, if I'm in the wrong environment, we're like, oh, these people paid a lot of money. I got to get this going, man. Let's pick up the pace. Let's get louder. Not one bit for Nate. So, and then the it's in the round, which in those arenas is because the floor is sat, so they're right there on you. And then he spends a lot of money on AV. Yeah. It's pretty cool.
It makes a difference to cut through a room like that, or to listen. The tech. We've talked to a number of comedians about how the tech has really advanced and brought that intimacy to a large room. But a large room is a large room, so you still have to be able to bring it comedically. And you have to have the balls to take pregnant pauses,
Yeah. I'll get them someday.
So, Greg, so on last Wednesday morning, we do like a little entertainment segment, and in the entertainment segment, we run clips, and the clips were promoting the fact that Scrubs was on that night, followed by The Greatest Average American. And I was a huge fan of Scrubs, and I'm also a huge fan of Nate Bargatze. So I was like, I'm going to watch ABC tonight, right? And so this is on Wednesday night. So I was tuned in to ABC basically from 8 o'clock all the way up into the news, because it was the whole 8 o'clock hour was Scrubs. Then it was your show, and then it was back to Scrubs again. So I didn't know that you were the co-host. And so when they said your name, I'm like, oh my God, this is so great. I'm like, we know Greg. We got to have him on.
Oh, thanks, Casey.
And so here's what I love about the show. Nate is he makes a mistake, right? He makes a mistake reading a question. Now, you would think that they would just edit it out and he would just do the question all over again. And I assume that this was Nate's choice to keep that in. Correct me if I'm wrong there. Was that the case?
Yes. I remember early on him saying, don't cut that stuff. Let me go. Because people tend to enjoy that. Yeah.
So the word was psychic, but he said physics. And it's just so funny because who was the other co-host who corrected him on
He's
that?
a Philly guy. It's Julian McCullough, man.
Okay, yeah. So I knew that guy.
Yeah.
But it was I love that he left that in, because that's Nate. I mean, like that's who Nate Bargatze is. That's who you know as the guy on the stage and everything. But what I found myself with this game show absolutely, positively playing along. And I loved, that whole aspect of it, because it's called The Greatest Average American.
Well, explain it if you could, Greg, because it's a very simple concept.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's 3 rounds. In the first round, there's 3 contestants, and basically they have to guess how America would have answered these questions. And then the second round is my favorite round. It goes down to 2 people, and Nate does some task. Some of it's physical, like hitting wiffle balls or making baskets or breaking plates, or some of it's like mental, like he has to name as many words beginning with the letter M as possible, or state capitals, or and Nate does extremely well on some of these challenges and extremely poorly on some of these challenges. And I have to call it like a straight announcer, like I almost have to broadcast it like I'm Joe Buck or something.
You're doing color commentary.
Yes, yeah. I'm doing play-by-play. And then the final round, you get down to 1 guy, and there's 7 questions, and he has to guess how the studio answered those 7 questions. And if he gets 5 out of 7, he gets the average American salary of $69,720. And this is really cool. This is the only game show I'm aware that it happens. Nate pays the taxes.
So you actually get the amount, because you usually get totally hosed on the prize.
Yeah, you get the money, man.
I love that. And he's calling it essentially a comedy show that happens to be a game show. That's really the attitude.
Yeah, it's we get to sling it back and forth a little bit, and man, you guys, Casey said he didn't know that I was on it. I didn't know until about 24 hours before production that I was on.
Wow. Really?
Yeah, we're doing this show in Cincinnati, and it's one of those shows it's a giant arena show. I'm getting ready to go on stage, And Nate's executive assistant calls back. She's like, hey, what are you doing next week? I'm like, I'm opening for Bert on a couple shows, and then I was supposed to do the Tonight Show.
Yeah.
And she goes, okay. She goes, Nate needs help with the game show. I'm like, well, hey, I'll cancel the shows. Sure, Bert will understand. I'm sure Nate doesn't want me to cancel the Tonight Show to write Punch Up for him on a game show. I can do that from my computer or whatever. So 10 minutes later, he calls me back, and he's there, and he goes, no, man, I want you to be on the game show. I'm like, really?
Oh, man, that is so cool.
Yeah, so literally, he goes, I have to tell, it was a Sunday night. He goes, I have to ask ABC. He goes, fly home tomorrow morning. So I flew home, and we got done recording this podcast, and I get a text. ABC said, yes, have your agent make the deal this afternoon, be in Nashville tomorrow morning.
That's amazing. You've known Nate, like 20 years? You've been
longer than that. Yeah.
Country music, television, you worked on a special together, right? Going way back, right? So, but still, at this point in his career where everything is firing, that he goes, you're my guy, you're going to be the co-host, and just plops that in your lap is just crazy. Manna from heaven. But that shows what kind of guy he is. And you got, I think, correct me if I'm wrong, but one of the showrunners for The Price is Right is behind this as well.
John Quinn. This guy's, he's great, man.
Yeah, because it's such a simple concept, but it appeals. We do things like that. There's a game we do called, 5 and 10, and it seems sort of simple. Give me, in 10 seconds, name 5 ice cream flavors. And it's just, that's easy until you're under the pressure. And then it becomes something wholly other.
Nate blew it on a few, man. He blew it. He blew it huge. But he was really good on some stuff too, like extremely good.
Yeah.
There was one question where the guy asked, Nate, the question is, have you ever eaten a full rotisserie chicken? And you're this guy is guessing along the lines of, the average audience member.
Right.
Yeah.
And because this guy has eaten a rotisserie chicken, he answers yes. And I'm like, nobody has eaten a full rotisserie chicken.
Casey.
Greg, I might have done likewise. I was living on those things for a while. I was like a second away from getting a Showtime rotisserie grill.
Yeah, no, I've eaten them.
That's wild that he essentially the day before is like, come out, I need you to be on this show.
It's amazing.
What if you were? Yeah. What if you couldn't? I mean, was he going to have a backup plan?
Yeah, I think it was like me or his buddy Travis from high school.
That's funny.
Man.
And no, I can't. Especially for everything Nate's done for me in the last few years. I wasn't going to say no, unless it was a personal thing. Yeah, no, but totally. He was like, he goes, hey, man, I'll call Fallon and get you rescheduled on the Tonight Show. Don't worry about that.
Jesus. Dude, and life as a comedian, I guess, especially if you're running in successful circles, can kind of be like that. Okay, we need you now. You need to go do this right now. There's a lot of that, right?
Yes. It was interesting to me because at that I had never done the Tonight Show at that point. I'd done some so in the back of my head I was like, I really wanted the Tonight Show. Then I was like, hey, dummy, shut up. This is a network. yeah, just do the thing. And so
it's absolutely understandable. And honestly, to get something like this, with his star on the rise, obviously he's not going to pick a hack to be opening up for him and being out on tour. It's like the relationship that Seinfeld and Tom Papa had, for a long time, or Paul Reiser. That the blend works well together, and they're comfortable with, that show that they put together. So now that you're doing it in the game show realm, which I always ask this question because the set's pretty kick-ass, with all the lights and everything like that. Do you just kind of spend a lot of time looking around going, holy hell, look at this, because it is pretty amazing.
Oh, the day I walked in there, I'm like, you got to be kidding me. I'll tell you a funny story if you guys have a second.
Yeah.
So Julian McCullough is the other co-host, and he kind of is out there with the audience most of the time, learning about them. And Julian's a Philly guy and a great comedian, and Julian opens all of Nate's shows. He's the host for all of Nate's arena shows. So we get there, and the first day, it's like rehearsals. And I mean, literally, I just flew in that morning. I didn't know I was going to do this until the night before. So we're just thrown into it. And there's a low-level ABC exec there, young guy. And we're just doing through rehearsals. And at some point, they decide, we think Julian and Greg should take the second segment because Nate's doing too much business. So they just try it, and then they're doing it. And then we get to the first episode, and me and Julian are like hosting a game show for a third of it, for the middle of it. And we're like, what are we doing, man? These people are crazy. So we shoot it like that. Right. And this guy, Greg Garcia, the guy who created My Name is Earl, he's a real good friend of Nate's. He was hanging out on the set, sort of helping us punch up some stuff. Greg comes over, he goes, guys, the network's got a few notes on the second segment. And, I'm an idiot. I'm like, they want more of us? Yeah. And Julian's like, this is probably not going to be good for us, is it? He goes, it's fine. He goes, but so they go, listen, they want Nate on the second segment, they want him there. Right. And they want a little less crosstalk from you guys. But the whole joke, the rest of the production was they were like, that poor low level, because when they were shooting the first episode, all the ABC brass was there, so they were giving us trouble. It's like that poor young guy that was there for rehearsal, like, hey Daryl, come here for a second. I'm watching this first episode in the trailer. I just got one question. Who are these two morons on the screen not named Nate Bargatze? I seem to remember hiring the biggest comedian in the world. Now I got idiot number 1 and idiot number 2 with a combined Q score of -700.
But listen, watching, you do get to throw out lines, and I mean, it's a perfect accent. It's not like you're anonymous on the show. You're right there.
Yeah, man, it was funny. I think, Preston definitely has it. Both you guys have it, but like, I kick off the show, from the Nashville Municipal Auditorium, and then I'm introducing the guests and stuff, and you got an ear person. The first thing he's like, no, Greg, you gotta go announcer voice here. You gotta go big to kick off the show. I'm like, all right, man, I gotta reach down and find my inner Preston voice.
Well, speaking about the location, is that going to be the perennial location for the show as they tape more, or is it? Are they going to take it on the road?
No, I think it's Nashville, and it's in the Nashville Municipal Auditorium. I hope I said that better on air. Which is where the Country Music Hall of Fame is, right? And it's a pretty big crowd. And Nate wanted it in Nashville, and I have a feeling if we get a second season, it'll be there, but he wants to like fill this arena. Like, I mean, he wants to make it huge, like a big studio audience.
Wow. I mean, he did a great job. He was hosting the, was it the Golden Globes?
Golden Globes or
Emmys? Emmys, the Emmys, that's it. There's a lot of creativity. This is his extended moment. I mean, it feels right. Obviously you're just out of the gate, but any word on the response? Is the network liking what's going on?
I am not on the list of the people they call on that.
You just don't know.
No, I mean, everything I'm hearing is good.
Okay, good.
People seem to like it. My dad hasn't really said anything one way or the other.
He's holding out? No.
He said he watched it. He didn't say anything else.
That was it?
Yeah, I saw it, Greg.
Everybody else said it was great, but my dad hasn't weighed in yet.
I'll tell you what, son, I'd like to see a little bit more Nate.
Oh, my God. And have you guys knocked out all the shows you're going to do for now, or is this currently filming?
We shot 8 hours, it airs on Wednesday nights, and they put 2 episodes back to back to make it an hour. So I guess effectively we shot 16 episodes, but it airs as 8 different.
They're doing a lot of that these days. So these primetime, whether it be Match Game or Hollywood Squares, they're full hours. I mean, they're eating up.
Yeah,
like the primetime schedule is a lot of game shows these days.
Man, it was. I didn't realize. I mean, I'm just like, okay, you got to be funny, you got to be present, you got to do this. But then I didn't realize how sucked in I would get to, like, I was going crazy when these people won.
Well, it's also so it's so like the questions are it's not going to tax the crap out of you. I mean, we love Jeopardy, but it's not going to be Jeopardy. But can you guess what a group of people would say about all sorts of just weird things? And I think that's kind of inviting to there's no one who's going to be off put by how you play the game.
No. It's a lot of fun. It's so fun to see some of these people win because it's kind of life-changing money.
Yeah. Especially if you're getting all of it.
Oh, you know what really sucks? Yeah. So, not to give too much away, but they ask you, hey, if you win, what are you going to do with this? And the first person, they didn't end up winning. And I was like, oh, they don't get to do what they're planning on. They're not going to Hawaii.
Yeah. Well, Casey, also, if they win, the audience all gets like stuff.
Oh.
It's like, I think they got red vines last Wednesday.
I'll take red vines.
Whatever Nate's favorite thing. Oh, hey, I got to tell you guys a quick thing, man. Just as an aside. I got this podcast. It's called The Consumers. It's part of Nate's network. Well, we pick a brand every week and do learn as much as we can about it. And,
I love it.
So we picked Tasty Cakes.
Oh, there you go.
And we had done a lot of different snack cakes, and we picked Tasty Cakes. And I don't know a lot about them other than when I come up there, and I know it's a Philly thing. And they're in St. Louis, now, Preston.
Did not know that.
Huh. Yes, they are here.
Okay.
But they're not as prevalent as they are.
Right.
And I'm looking I learn about the butterscotch crimpet, and so I get all the Tasty Cakes. I go and I get a ton of them for the next day's episode, and I can't find crimpets. I can't find them. And I'm driving around the morning of the podcast, and I see I'm literally at a stoplight behind the Tasty Cakes truck. And I chased him down.
Shut up.
I chased him down to an old folks home, and I go, hey man, when are you going to deliver butterscotch crimpets? He's like, out in Wentzville. I'm like, I got a podcast. I go, what's it gonna? I bought a box of Tasty Cakes off the truck. I gave him $20, and he gave me a box of butterscotch crimpets. And I got to tell you guys, man, the butterscotch crimpet was the number one item of all snack cakes, including Little Debbie, Hostess, and Tasty Cake. Entenmann's, I think one of the Entenmann's donuts gave it a little bit of a run.
Yeah, Entenmann's.
You guys, you rank them, you taste them and rank them, and is that okay?
We do. We had like an all-star episode, I think, because we really got into the snack cakes.
Well, the butterscotch crimpet is like one of the cornerstone crimpets.
Yeah.
It's one of the main ones. But you used to sell you were a salesman and you dealt with fast food.
I sold peanut butter,
Pringles.
Yeah. Pringles. Thanks for remembering that. Folgers. So I'm real. That's kind of why I started this podcast. I'm into brands.
You know your stuff.
Yeah. Well,
man, the Tasty Cakes thing was great, man. I was
awesome.
so excited. Yeah.
I'm just realizing this now. It was through your podcast that I found out that if you get Cheez-Its that have the letter K in the serial number, that those are the best Cheez-Its that you're going to find because they were made
from the Kansas facility.
Comes in the Kansas, and we talked about it on this show. I didn't realize that was your podcast that I was referencing.
Yeah, Andy Woodhull, who is a great comic and a Cheez-It enthusiast, was the one who educated us on that.
Are there any other secrets to freshness? And I mean, because we went to the Anheuser-Busch, the amusement park, the
Busch Gardens.
Busch Gardens, and my wife swears that and she's not really that much of a bud drinker, but she said, this is phenomenal.
Dude, and Greg, at Grant's Farm, that's where the beer tastes best.
Yes,
I think, personally.
man.
So that's a spot in St. Louis, yeah.
Yeah, he's saying that because he's a true St. Louisan because it is free.
Yes, it is. 2 free beers.
Is that right?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, you get 2 free beers. Now, when I was a kid, you got unlimited free beers, and I could not understand why my parents always went to Grant's Farm for an afternoon.
Dude, one of the angriest I'd ever gotten, Greg, I was at Grant's Farm. I was going up for my second beer, and the guy goes, no, you've already had 2. And I'm like, I have had one beer. I mean, like, I was finally old enough to do it. And the guy was totally pulling crap on me, saying
Is Grant's Farm a market, or what is it?
No, well, it's
amazing.
The Bush family owned this property. It was actually owned by Ulysses S. Grant at one point.
Okay, there you go.
So that's why it's called Grant's Farm. And the Bush mansion is there, and it's a wildlife preserve, and it's a zoo, and it's a beer tasting place. I love that place, Greg. It's one of my favorite places to go.
It's like a weirdo zoo. It's got everything.
With beer.
It's got free beer and a giant elephant. And
bird show.
Yeah, you can feed the goats, and then you're on a tram.
You're right.
It takes you through a tram where you see buffalo in the middle of the suburbs of St. Louis. It's such a weird place, but it's awesome.
Dude, that sounds really fun.
Yeah, it's all over the place. Yeah,
it's great, man. It's really cool.
Well, maybe that's where the next game show comes from.
Oh my God.
I think so. Yeah. I got it, man. Maybe I'll fly you guys down. Maybe we should do Wawa as a brand or another Philly brand. Or something.
The battle's going on here right now because we have Sheetz encroaching.
You familiar with Sheetz?
Wawa.
Of course, dude. I'm a road comic, man.
Okay.
That's
true.
And Sheetz is a little more the other side of PA traditionally, right?
Exactly. Yeah. So, but now you literally have a situation here in the general area where there's one on one corner and one on the other. Now, I'm a Sheetz is fine, but I'm a Wawa guy,
and that's a pretty that's a formidable competition right there.
Yeah,
I think Wawa has like more things that you wouldn't normally find in a convenience store. But Sheetz is a good operation. It's clean. Yeah. It's big. It's well stocked. Out here, we've got Quick Trip, which is doing a real nice job. But I'm not going to lie. I get excited when I see a Wawa.
Where do you stand on the Buc-ee's? That whole.
It's great, man. But it's an anomaly. It's like it's a fun thing to go do,
right.
But practical wise, I don't know that you need that much beef jerky.
It's true.
Yeah, I mean, it's like it's not an everyday thing. It's fine. If there's one, I'm gonna go.
Yeah, you have to.
And I'm gonna buy some clothing and stuff. But
you can buy clothing. In fact, you're almost obliged to buy clothing.
Yeah, you feel like it. I mean, I will say this about Buc-ee's. It's the one place in the world that's not underemployed. There's 75,000 employees in that place. The Apple Store and Buc-ee's have all the employees.
Yep. Meanwhile, you walk into Walmart and you can't find one single person to help you while you're there.
Nobody. Hotel. Have you been a hotel? Hey, man, can I talk to the manager? Sir, the manager does not work at night. Really? Because you guys are sort of in the business of night.
That's really what it's about.
Oh, my God. Greg, you're going to be back in town in May. You're going to be performing at Soul Joel's in Pottstown, which is cool. You'll have to swing by. I don't know what date. It says the 15th and 16th. I don't know if that's over a weekend or not.
Let's see the number.
Yeah, I'm going to try to come in a night early to see you guys.
Yeah, we'd love
Friday,
that.
Saturday.
That'd be awesome, man. Well, listen, in the meantime, we're going to be checking you on the greatest average American. And how many? Only 2 episodes have aired so far?
1 hour block. So
1 hour block.
2 episodes. So we got 7 more nights, Wednesday nights, and it's on Hulu also.
Oh, okay.
So support the show.
Yeah.
And it is a fun show. It really is. It's, again, very accessible and weird enough. But as Nate himself has said, it's really a comedy show that looks like a game show. But it's fun.
Yeah.
And
he's great.
And of course, the podcast is called Consumers.
Yes, the Consumers. Yeah.
The Consumers. Okay.
Love it.
Make sure people are aware of it. Well, listen, brother, it's good to catch up with you. Congratulations, man. That's a cool thing to have happen to you, and we're really happy for you.
Yeah, thanks a ton. It's always great talking to you guys, man. I really appreciate it.
All right, we will see you in May then. Soul Joel's in Pottstown. That's where you will see Greg Warren. Thanks, Greg.
Thanks, guys.
Take care, brother. We'll see you soon. All right, very, very good. So that's cool that I like the riff that he'll pay the taxes, that Nate Bargatze will pay the taxes.
We know that, like the friend of the show, Mel, she was on The Price is Right. She won a car, but you got to pay the taxes. She just basically traded the car for the money.
Okay, Casey wants me to play the the part where he messes up, where Nate messes up. All right,
I love it because when we do shows, it's warts and all when we do stuff on here, and you don't see that on television.
Here we go.
We asked 100 average Americans, do physics.
Psychic.
God, man. I'm like, as I was saying it.
Sorry.
I know. Dude, as it was coming out, my brain goes, make a choice, man. Make a choice.
Make a choice.
And I didn't think they would do psychics. I should have saw the possessed and the other stuff. I should have jumped ahead. Oh, boy, I rolled the dice.
The worst part is I predicted that would happen.
Yeah. At least this is not on TV.
That sounds exactly like me every day.
Yeah. It's all of us.
Say the wrong freaking word. It happens all the time. All right, well, let's take a break. Come back in a second, see how many wrong words I can say in the bizarre file.
Yeah.
We'll return with that, I guarantee you. There will be mistakes. Stick around for them. We tested a key valve that had caused some trouble during the final uncrewed countdown. Since Artemis 1, the Kennedy Space Center has revised procedures and upgraded hardware as part of the Artemis 2 plan. Once the wet dress rehearsal ends, engineers will pore over the performance of the rocket, the Orion spacecraft, and the ground systems. Only if the data looks clean with the mission managers will they move on to setting a specific launch date, but they're hoping for February 2nd.
I mean, listen,
Pretty
we need to go back. And I know people say, why? It's something we need to do. As a species, we need to explore,
Well, yeah, it's the old adage is why?
Yeah.
Because it's there.
It's there, yeah.
And that's part of the reason, but there's some practical things too.
Sure.
That they need to figure out, and you never know what.
Velcro came out of the space program.
I mean, come on, man. So did Corningware.
Absolutely.
That came out of the space program. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, there are a lot of things, Marissa. In fact, you could pull up a list of household items that were created through the space program. They had other uses that they were intended for, but they ended up being perfect for other things that we still use to this day.
Yeah, absolutely. The melon baller.
That came
from
from
of course. That's how
idea.
lunar soil was scooped with a melon baller.
So Marissa just pulled, and I'll just read off the list here. I'll take it here, Marissa. So things that were created from the space program: dustbusters, little handheld vacuums. Memory foam,
yes,
was something that was created from NASA and the program.
Before that, the foam could not remember.
No, wireless headsets. Modern running shoes, water filters, scratch-resistant lenses, freeze-dried food, baby formula, treadmills came out of the program.
I mean, the double-headed dildo.
Wow.
Yes.
Oh, my God.
That was originally part of a retro rocket.
I did not.
And they repurposed it.
And they repurposed a double-headed dildo from the space program.
Houston, I think we have another use for this.
Wow. Let me get back to you in a couple of minutes.
If you hear some groaning, just ignore that.
So anyhow, they're doing those. They're getting the full what they call the wet dress rehearsal underway.
We talked about this last week about the resort on the moon or things of that nature, and the projected cost of what it'd be to go there. I don't think, obviously, in my lifetime, I'm not going to make it. But I mean. How exciting is that? And maybe for some people, don't give a rat's ass. But for me and for you, it's been part of science fiction lore forever.
It's been a while. We've been off for a couple weeks, and we haven't shuffled around the streets of Philadelphia. It's time for the city beat, folks. So we're going to
Scoobly wow wow.
Get in it.
Feet, beat, meat. That's all you need to know.
That's it. All right. So a new baby African penguin at the Adventure Aquarium in Camden was unveiled yesterday. And now they have announced a contest to name the baby penguin.
I love this because it's twofold. It's to name the penguin and then how best to prepare it.
No, you don't. We're not going to eat it.
No, it's adorable. It's funny how when you talk about the changes that some, animals go through when they are young to what they become when they're older. We essentially look like small versions of humans, but there's this massive change that takes place. But it's adorable.
Yeah, they're cute. Casey, I know you have a knack for coming up with names for dogs.
Yeah.
Do you ever, collect those names, have a repository of them, and maybe you could dip in there and find something, a great name for this penguin?
Well, my latest dog name actually could go with this
With the penguin?
Yeah.
Let's hear it.
Go-birds.
Go-birds.
Go-birds actually.
That's one word.
Yep.
Go-birds.
Where do you stand on go-birds? You.
I don't love it.
Yeah.
I think it's a cute idea.
Yeah.
But the plural at the end
It
throws me off a bit.
Yeah.
What about any one of our band names?
Dude, okay. So yesterday, finally, I wrote them all down and I printed it up.
Really?
And I have it here with me.
Okay.
I have the full list of the Preston Elliott band name repository that I've been collecting for years and years and years. I'm not going to read it. I'll just show you.
Give us a taste.
I'll show you. This is the full collective here.
Oh, my God.
It is, hang on, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm counting the pages.
God, we could sell this too.
6.
The music industry.
I was
I have
in
8 pages. Well, about 7 pages.
I was in a store the other day, Steve, and they had a little notebook, and on the front of it just said band names.
Oh my God!
Really?
Think of what we could. Think of all the money we won't make.
I'll just give you. I highlighted my favorite ones.
Okay.
I'll just give you one for now because maybe eventually I will reveal the whole thing. But I really like this one. Saskatoon Bible Camp. So, and here's another good one: the Shoe Tree Dildos. Okay,
Hey, come on!
I've got pages and pages.
Oh,
of these
those are
names.
great.
I don't think they'd be right
for a penguin. No.
for a penguin.
Where did shoe tree dildos come from?
I don't know.
You have
Something
no idea?
Steve said probably.
Okay.
It happens a lot while we're discussing something offbeat, and then 2 words or 3 words are put together, and I'm like, that's a great name.
It's almost like when you're playing that game where you look for the there's a whole page of letters and you look for words within the and that's the same
word
thing.
search.
Yeah.
So I agree with you. Those probably wouldn't be suitable for a penguin.
No.
Don't think they should do the penguin make penguin face.
No, don't
that's
do
been
that.
done,
That's kind of old, but
The penguin's sibling is Schubert, if that inspires, and
okay.
his parents are Hubert and Mushu.
And Mushu, that's right. So the unnamed chick was hatched November 21st and was the 3rd African penguin to be hatched at the Adventure Aquarium last year. The announcement of the new chicks are held off until they determine that the new bird is healthy and expected to survive, so they've gotten past that point now. The other 2 baby African penguins, Duffy and Oscar, hatched earlier in November.
What I do remember about the penguins when I visited them is that they stank.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah.
They do
Horribly bad.
Well,
Yeah.
So there's also always at the Adventure Aquarium.
Yeah.
They have the penguins as well.
Yeah.
And that's fairly stinky. I don't remember the zoo stinking as much, but yeah.
What about? Oh, so I thought that was Adventure Aquarium. My bad. What about the name Oswald? Because of Oswald
Lee
Cobblepot.
Harvey Oswald?
No, Oswald Cobblepot.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, for the penguin. Oswald would actually be good, though. He is a nefarious, horrible, strangling pimp.
Yeah.
Yeah, that might be not the most appropriate for a penguin.
You remember that they stank. All I could think about is that they have CDs hanging in their little enclosure to kind of, the light reflects on them.
They like the
and it
shimmering
distracts
stuff?
them.
Oh,
Oh,
I
really?
don't remember that. Really? Okay.
And they choose the artists.
Yes.
Yeah, they get to choose which musicians are represented.
Harvey Danger.
So, Mehdi Alskovich Pohl, a biologist, says that the aquariums, in the aquarium's introduction video, although he's a little bit younger than the other 2, he does make up for it in size. He is quite a big baby penguin chick. And so, starting today, or yesterday actually, aquarium visitors are available to now vote on one of 4 names offered the new penguin. Oh man, I thought we were going to be able to
I thought
submit.
from scratch.
Okay, well, these are pretty good names.
All right.
So Scrappy, Zero, Flounder, and Toothless.
Well,
those are cute.
Toothless, wonderful from How to Train Your Dragon. Flounder, obviously Animal House.
Yeah.
I don't know. I might.
Zero might be from Casey, that show Sticks.
Yeah.
With Owen Wilson. There's a character named Zero on that show. And I'm not sure about Scrappy.
I like Zero.
Just like my country, I'm young, scrappy, and what is it?
And hungry.
Young,
Just like my country, young, scrappy, and hungry.
young, happy. Yeah, okay.
Whatever.
I don't know. If any of those are thrilling me, but I might do Toothless because I love that character so much.
I like Zero. I think I would go with that. The unnamed chick is being parented, like Marissa said, by Mushu and Hubert, and they also parented a 2024 chick named Schubert.
How about Moobert?
Then their Mushu was named for a dragon sidekick from the movie Mulan, the Disney movie.
Okay,
Mulan.
yeah.
So the aquarium's birds and mammals team chose possible names using a dragons and sidekicks theme.
Here's my suggestion, and don't dismiss it immediately.
Okay.
If you want global press, name it the C word.
Yes, do it.
Right?
If you want to make waves, want to get your name out there.
You will not believe what they named the penguin at the Philadelphia Zoo.
Mm-hmm.
Are you
Is it the zoo or the aquarium that has it?
It's the aquarium.
Oh, I'm sorry, in case I misunderstood.
Okay, yeah.
So the naming contest will close on January 19th, and the winner will be announced January 20th, Penguin Awareness Day, the aquarium staff had said. So that's why they're doing it on that day. African penguins, by the way, which originate from the waters around southern Africa, are classified critically endangered. So the hatches are important to the survival of the species.
Do you know what they have over the Adventure Aquarium, which is kind of a cool thing, is they have the porcupines.
Yeah.
Which are, okay, you got these too.
Yeah, I don't know why those were chosen to be a part of the aquarium. They're in with the hippos, I believe. Is Button still there? The hippo, do we know?
I think so.
Because Marissa, we went there like the first or second year we were here at MMR. We all went over there together to meet Button when she first showed up.
Yeah.
And I have no idea.
Got to be a full-blown hippo now.
If that's full status.
And you know what? They're simultaneously adorable, but they're
deadly.
Are deadly.
Yeah. They're awesome, though. They're really cool.
How long do hippos live? Because in 2019, Button turned 22. So that would make Button 22.
Yeah, I don't know. I have no idea what their longevity is. I assume it's fairly long, but
it does seem to be a high-stress life.
There's that iconic photo of me, like Button's mouth completely wide open, and then my mouth next to it, my tongue ring hanging out.
I made you do that because at the time we had learned that you could put your whole fist in your mouth. Can you still do that, by the way?
I don't know. It's been a minute since I'm trying. I'm a married woman.
That would make you even
you don't have to do that anymore.
Yeah, that's when you stop doing it. The thing is that you could, a human adult could easily fit in that friggin' mouth, that hippo mouth. It's amazing.
Oh, I thought you meant my mouth.
All right, so if you want to help name the penguins, you can do that. You can check on the Adventure Aquarium website. All right, here's another thing.
I like this.
From the City Beat.
They're going to do some cocaine.
This happened shortly before we took a break, and I wanted to point this out. It's kind of an older story. You may know it, but I thought this was so cool. It's out of West Deptford, and somebody had sent me this story, and I forgot they were somehow or another, they knew the people involved. So when a lottery rep called John DiCarlo and told him that someone at his bar won over $590,000, he knew something was up, and it was from the quick... Marissa, why don't we get to the bizarre file right now?
WMMR presents Preston and Steve's Bizarre File.
And it's brought to you by Monster Mania. Monster Mania 66 is back in Cherry Hill this weekend with special guests Elizabeth Shue, Linda Hamilton, Cara Buono, and more. Tickets are on sale now at monstermania.net and at the door while they last. A Florida toddler is recovering after ingesting meth that was inside a sippy cup. On Tuesday, the Florida Department of Children and Family Services notified the Nassau County Sheriff's Office that a toddler had ingested methamphetamine the previous day. Detectives said that after the 1-year-old drank from a sippy cup, parents found a bag at the bottom, and someone else who lived in the home said the bag had methamphetamine inside it. Even though the child had been potentially exposed to the drug, the parents and the other people who lived in the home chose to monitor the child instead of calling 911. When the child began vomiting, the mother took it to a nearby fire station. The kid was later taken to an area hospital to be treated for possible overdose. While executing a search warrant at the home, detectives found drug paraphernalia, including several glass pipes and containers with methamphetamine residue. Hayden Simmons, Damian Wyndham, Erica Foley, and Judith Addison all lived at the home and were arrested and charged with child neglect causing great bodily harm.
Yeah, they seem like special people. Apparently, when they were arresting one of them, they were like chuckling at the notion that the kid got into meth.
That's insane.
Yeah.
All right. In Pennsylvania, Johnstown police say a local man is facing dozens of charges after he was accused of repeatedly stalking a woman and then was allegedly caught pleasuring himself in the parking lot of the Sheetz location there.
There we go.
Police said
some people are very excited about them being in the area.
Police say 72-year-old Walter Knoll Jr. was arrested earlier this week after multiple witnesses reported seeing him touching himself while seated in the vehicle at the Sheetz. Police said the witness noticed that several children were walking in the area at the time of the alleged acts. I don't know if they saw him or not. Upon further investigation, officers spoke with a female victim who explained that Knoll had allegedly been stalking her over the past couple of weeks.
Horrific.
Investigators say the woman described multiple incidents in which Knoll would allegedly follow her into the Sheetz parking lot and park his vehicle next to hers. Police say Knoll would then allegedly shine a flashlight at the woman to get her attention before pointing the light at his lower body, exposing his genitals.
Now, the difference is when I go to Wawa, I am excited enough to want to do that, but I don't.
When police questioned Knoll on Thursday morning, officers say he claimed that he had spilled coffee in his lap.
Yeah, right.
However, when officers then pointed to the store's security cameras and asked if they'd show something different, Knoll allegedly agreed, admitting to publicly pleasuring himself. The victim had reported Knoll several times in recent weeks, but in all prior incidents, he reportedly fled the scene before officers arrived. He's now going to jail on a variety of charges, and his bail was set at $250,000. In Georgia, a Superior Court judge has ruled that the man accused in a stabbing death in October 2024 is competent to stand trial. The ruling came after Keller, this guy, the man who stabbed the person, removed his own eyeballs and bit off part of his tongue.
Yeah, he seems like he's got it together.
The judge, Matthew Hughes,
Until I see something that looks crazy,
said the court found Keller not mentally ill at the time of the alleged offenses and currently competent to stand trial.
When the plaintiff is done eating his own nose, I'd like to ask a few questions.
The order was filed on February 10th following a January hearing seeking a competency evaluation.
By the way, you can use your eyeballs when they're still in your head.
Keller is accused of stabbing a man who was discovered deceased. And according to the sheriff's office, the victim sustained injuries to his torso, head, arms, and neck area. Keller was located at a hotel after a short foot pursuit and was taken into custody.
I wonder if that's what his attorney recommended he do.
So he was evaluated by Dr. Jeremy Gay for criminal responsibility and by Dr. Daniel Foz for competency to stand trial. Dr. Gay testified that Keller's self-harm was not relevant to his criminal responsibility evaluation because it happened after the alleged criminal activity, concluding Keller was not suffering from a delusional compulsion at the time of the alleged crime and was able to distinguish right from wrong.
I'd say that the delusional fixins were there, though.
Dr. Fass found Keller competent to stand trial at the time of his evaluation, saying that Keller was not was not on psychotropic medication and did not present symptoms of schizophrenia or bipolar disorder. He testified he believed that Keller's self-harm was a response to guilt and or shame. The order included testimony from two jailers who said Keller told them that he wanted to go to a medical prison and said he was not mentally ill and said he claimed to hear voices, quote, to cover his ass.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
All right, and then we'll do, let's see, these are pretty intense stories. Let me find something else.
Kid smoking meth or drinking meth? This guy goring his own eyes out?
Let's see. Okay, here's a follow-up story. Just days after being found alive, you remember the woman who disappeared for 24 years and then they found her again? She said she's fine where she is and didn't want to have any contact with her family. Well, just days after finding her alive, the 24-year disappearance, the North Carolina mother, Michelle Hundley Smith, was arrested for a decades-old DUI.
Maybe that's why she was staying in hiding.
Smith is 62. She was taken into custody after investigators discovered that she had an active order for arrest for failure to appear related to a DWI charge in 2001. Authorities said Smith's outstanding arrest order stemmed from a citation issued by police in North Carolina in 2001. She had failed to appear in the court that year, prompting the warrant that remained active while she was missing. Smith posted the required bond and is scheduled to appear in court on March 26th. So
See, I would consider her a flight risk.
maybe she knows how to
For 25 years,
get
she goes away. Yeah.
and stay away. All right, and then we'll do one more story, and we will end with this one. Last summer, Maya Edwards and her husband called the Washington State Department of Licensing, hoping to speak with someone in Spanish. And when they selected the Spanish self-service option, the first thing they heard wasn't Spanish. It was an automated voice speaking English with a Hispanic accent.
Would you like to have some information?
Edwards said it was totally unexpected, but not totally surprising, given the rise of the use of AI and automated systems. But is more surprising, he said to me, that nobody checked it. Edwards posted a video on TikTok last week. It's received over almost 2 million views. The video shows a couple calling the department's Spanish self-service menu, shocked over what they hear. She said the video was originally filmed and posted on TikTok in July of 2025, but received little engagement at the time. After calling again this year and realizing the issue had not been fixed, she reposted it last week to raise awareness. The Spokane Public Radio had called and selected the Spanish language option on Tuesday morning to confirm Edwards' reports, finding it to be accurate. The other language options were also in English.
Do you want to know something? I think, yes, they should offer the Spanish language, but I'd be kind of cool with them offering Spanish accent, French accent. If you could have an accent and order that up too, why not?
Later that day, an automated voice message at the beginning of the call acknowledged issues with the language self-service option. Nathan Olson, the director of communications for the agency, said in an additional statement that the self-service option is run on newer technology and is being upgraded and tested on all languages. Can you imagine?
Speaks with a Spanish accent.
That's too funny. All right, and there you go. That's what I have in the bizarre file. We'll take a break. We'll get back in a second. I'm going to give some away. We have a lesson question coming up, and it's tickets to see, Corey Feldman and Carrie Green for the Goonies movie screening coming up in March at the Keswick Theater. So stay close. We will be right back. Game, a popular activity among patrons at Southwood Bar in West Deptford. Drawings take place every 4 minutes. And on the night of December 8th, a New Jersey lottery rep informed DiCarlo that someone in his establishment won that $100,000 that afternoon. But something was up. Nobody at the bar that day indicated that they were holding a big winner. And maybe the lucky patron didn't want anybody to know. They secured a large sum of money, stuff like that. But maybe they didn't realize that they won the ticket and was discarded and possibly gone for good.
Yeah, how do you go about finding that person?
Listen to this. So, what ensued was a man's holiday season journey of detective work, dumpster diving, and rummaging through piles of garbage to reunite a life-changing slip of paper buried in chicken wing residue with its rightful owner. That's right. So DiCarlo said that there were multiple people playing that day. He said it took a little detective work to get down to that individual and then take a chance. Do I dive into that dumpster or not? He said because it may very well not be there. So the way the game works, ticket holders can select up to 10 numbers between 1 and 80. 20 of those numbers are drawn every 4 minutes, and players can select their wagers and how many draws they want to play. Most players at the bar only select 1 or 2 numbers, which yields a smaller prize, but you're far more likely to match a couple of numbers in all 10. Each ticket features a second progressive game underneath, and for an extra fee, players can win a growing jackpot by matching all 10 numbers. And bet $1, you can win 10% of the prize. Bet $5, you win 50%. Bet $10 to win it all. DiCarlo admits that he didn't know about that part until the lottery rep had called, and that's when he learned that a patron had bet $5 on the progressive jackpot, which had been nearly $1.2 million. Few people pay attention to it since it's a tough win, you know?
Yeah.
He said, so I called my bartender, and I said, did anybody go jumping for joy? He said, for most folks, that would be a significant semi-life-changing event, and they're like, no, nobody did anything. So he and his wife, Denise, the co-owner, were in alignment, and they were going to do whatever it took to find that lottery ticket and give it to the winner, but they didn't know who won. The jackpot was won at 3:16 p.m. that day, so DiCarlo examined his bar security footage from that period. He narrowed it down to a few people and then selected a possible patron. The footage showed that the customer with a ticket folded over the edge of the bar, which was later brought to the trash. And he said, I couldn't see it in the camera if it hit the trash or not, but I thought If that's a ticket, they didn't claim it. It's not in their wallet. There's a good chance it's going to be there. So he decided to search the dumpster the following day. And so he apparently it was reported that morning, media outlets, that there was a winner there. And so everybody started calling him and saying somebody at the bar won. He's like, I know about it.
with calls.
So he got into the dumpster. He took out 10 bags of trash. He put them in the back of his car. He took them home. And then he started going through he went through almost every bag and he couldn't find anything.
He did find Lenny Dykstra's dentures.
Finally.
That's where they were.
But he said after going through those bags, it's etched in me now that we did pretty good on wing night. So I was going through blue cheese, and I ultimately found one ticket in the bottom of those bags. It was ripped in half, and it was drenched in hot sauce. I looked at the number. It didn't match. It was at the bottom of the bag, so I thought, I don't know, maybe it's not here. Or maybe he missed it. And he decided to search contents 2 or 3 more times before changing gloves, and he decided to get back in there. He said, I lifted a couple of napkins at the bottom of the bag. I looked. There was something balled up. I pulled it out. It was wet and messy, but I carefully brought it out, and there were 2 or 3 tickets. I laid them out, and I looked, and sure enough, one of them was the winning ticket.
Listen, and this is not for him. It's for someone else.
It was for somebody,
out of the blue, motivated to do this. That says a lot about this guy.
My question is this. Does he have rightful claim to that ticket? Does he have to find the patron who bought that? Or,
in other words,
could that have been him?
Yeah. Because they actively threw it away. That is a very good question. But they did pay for it.
Yeah.
So he's not that type of person.
Right. Yeah.
You know, and he could have easily.
I mean, that amount of money can change someone's life.
That person didn't know that they threw away a winning ticket, Ryan.
So I'm kind of having an existential crisis because this bar is actually down the street from my local watering hole back home. So there's a bar up the street called Captain's Corner, which is one of my absolute favorites. And just I'm thinking about all the times, like, you know, I like ex's dads would go in there. Like it's one of those like drive by and you miss kind of places, but I think I might start attending this place if there's going to be lottery tickets to be had.
And a staff nice enough to do something.
Yeah, exactly.
Seriously.
So he called the winner, and the winner wants to remain anonymous, but he asked if they played the lottery, and the winner said, yeah, but I didn't win. And he said, not so fast. And he explained it to him, and he set him up with it. And I have no idea obviously, this person needs to give him some type of a reward for going to that great
I think you'd have to.
I mean, at least like 10 grand or something like that, right?
Or at least let him lick the chicken sauce off.
Yeah.
And I wonder if he gets a fee, like when the PA lottery or any of those lotteries hit, they get like 10% or something.
Yeah, maybe he's going to get something,
and
but
maybe
he needs more.
Yeah.
He deserves more.
But that might be why the lottery actually called him to begin with.
Good point.
Yeah.
They sell those tickets there. It's a good point, yeah. And it's a good motivation for him to go find it, because if he does get something, it's in his best interest.
Here's another question. All right, so they call him, and they're going to do, here's your percentage of the win because you're the facility that sold it. Do you need to have... They know that it was sold there. Does it matter if the recipient or the person who bought the ticket?
Good question.
That's a whole other aspect of it, right?
I wonder if it's not redeemed, if the place that sold it still gets that bonus or not. It's a good question. Women's Month, and we're celebrating by highlighting the women who rock, and there are certainly lots of them. Matt Cord's going to do even more highlighting. We'll talk to him about when he gets in here this morning in a little while, and he'll get the letter of the day for the Word of the Week prize. We have a $500 gift card to Nifty 50s, one of our favorite places. So listen up for your chance to snag that. We have a lesson question, though, and we are going to give away tickets to see Hey You Guys. It's Corey Feldman and Carrie Green, the Goonies movie screening, March 21st at the Keswick Theater. Tickets are on sale now for that, but we'll give away a pair of tickets now. I'm going to rephrase this as Ryan Shuttleworth gave me today's question. But what song did Casey find that Neil Sedaka wrote for Guns N' Roses? 610-660-9333. Let's see if you know the answer to that, all right? Which song did Casey find out Neil Sedaka wrote for Guns N' Roses. 610-660-9333. That was from before 7 o'clock this morning. If you know the answer, call now.
The trash business is a gold mine. 93.3 WMMR with Preston and Steve's Hollywood Trash.
Brought to you by Horizon Services for drain clearing, surge protection, and whole home generator installations. Count on Horizon Services Plumbing and Electrical. You can book now at horizonservices.com. What's going on this morning, Steve?
Well, Pastor, we mentioned this earlier, but Shia LaBeouf, who was charged on 2 separate occasions with assault and battery in New Orleans, has been ordered to enter a drug and alcohol treatment center. LaBeouf says he wants to be the best version of himself possible, but admits this current version might be as good as it gets.
Hey!
Bridgerton showrunners announcing they will soon be revealing a new Lady Whistledown, the anonymous gossip columnist on the series. They're also hinting that Lady Whistledown will get into a literary feud with the new character, the Duchess of Crotch Rock.
Oh, my God.
And finally, Maggie Gyllenhaal admitting that she was very jealous of her brother Jake early on in their careers. Maggie says she had just graduated the Royal Academy of Dramatic Arts when Jake, with no training, walks in and lands the role of Bubble Boy. That's your Hollywood Trash.
Alrighty, we're going for an answer. See if somebody knows this. What song did Casey think that Neil Sedaka wrote for Guns N' Roses? It's Jeff. We're going to be checking in with. Yo, Jeff, good morning, man.
Good morning. How are you?
Good, buddy. All right, so what song did Neil Sedaka write?
That would be Paradise City.
You got it. And by the way, he did not write Paradise City. Hang on, we're going to set you up, man. You got yourself some tickets to go to this really cool event. It's called Hey You Guys. Corey Feldman and Carrie Green, the Goonies movie screening March 21st at the Keswick Theater. Tickets are on sale now, and you can get those via keswicktheater.com.
Now, Preston and Steve's Music News on 93.3 WMMR.
Brought to you by Liberty Safes of New Jersey. It's time to store all your valuables in one secure place with Liberty Safes from Liberty Safes of New Jersey. Showroom in Hamilton and Mount Laurel, New Jersey. You can shop online at libertysafesnj.com. All right, we will leave with that story about Neil Sedaka, the famed songwriter, passing away. He died on Friday at the age of 86 years old after being rushed to the hospital. The Breaking Up Is Hard to Do hitmaker was hospitalized in Los Angeles shortly before his death after his family called emergency services requesting medical assistance. After beginning his music career in the 1950s with a doo-wop group called the Tokens, the singer and multiple solo hits, he had multiple solo hits in the 60s, including Oh Carol and Calendar Girl. Throughout his decades-long career, he was nominated for 5 Grammy Awards, inducted into the Songwriters Hall of Fame in 1983. He got a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. And his passing was confirmed by his loved ones on Friday, who released a statement that said, "Our family's devastated by the sudden passing of our beloved husband, father, and grandfather, Neil Sedaka, true rock and roll legend, inspiration to millions, but most importantly, at least those of us who were lucky enough to know him, an incredible human being, he will be deeply missed."
It has been confirmed that Slash will be one of the pallbearers.
Oh, really? Yeah. So he wrote over 500 songs throughout his prolific career in the music industry, many of which were written in collaboration with lyricist Howard Greenfield and Phil Cody. I'd mentioned Calendar Girl being one of those. He had a hit of his own singing like Bad Blood with Elton John.
I remember that.
And several iconic entertainers recorded his songs, including Elvis Presley, Frank Sinatra, Tom Jones, the Monkees. His songs, Stupid Cupid, performed by Connie Francis, and Love Will Keep Us Together, performed by Captain and Tennille, went on to become mega chart-topping hits. In addition to his illustrious career as a pop musician, the Brooklyn native made several television appearances, including as a guest on sitcoms like King of Queens and The Carol Burnett Show.
He was also a tunnel rat in Vietnam.
Oh, I didn't know that. No, he also served as a guest judge on the second season of American Idol in 2003.
The guy was a machine.
During the COVID lockdown, he put on a series of free mini concerts released on social media, which featured 3 songs from his discography. And upon his death, he continued to produce online content, including duets with his grandson, Mike, and other musicians. I used to like watching those videos. I thought it was cool that he came out and was sharing these stories about these legendary songs he had written.
Also, the amount of money he must have made off the application of his songs in commercials.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, Calendar Girl alone.
Yeah. Survived by his wife of over 60 years and 2 children. He was featured, actually his 2 adult children, Dara was a recording artist who was featured on his hit song, Should Have Never Let You Go, and Marcus, Los Angeles-based screenwriter, and he also has grandchildren that he leaves behind, too. Beastie Boys have announced a limited edition reissue of To the Five Boroughs on triple vinyl and double CD, originally released in 2004 as their first album since Hello Nasty in 1998. The record featured singles like Check It Out, Triple Trouble, and An Open Letter to NYC. It became their 3rd consecutive #1 album in the U.S. and earned a Grammy nomination for Best Rap Album, ultimately losing to Kanye West's The College Dropout. The new edition arrives April 17th with 11 bonus tracks, including remixes and B-sides. It's first time the 2019 Digital Deluxe version will be available in physical formats with expanded packaging for both the 3 LP and 2 CD sets. Radiohead is demanding that U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement take down a social media video that used the band's song Let Down without permission. ICE posted the video on February 18th as part of its This Is Our Why campaign, pairing the 1997 song from OK Computer with images of Americans the administration says were victims of crimes committed by undocumented immigrants. The band responded bluntly, saying the song was used without their consent and ending their statement with a sharp message telling ICE to go after themselves. The Department of Homeland Security did not directly say whether they would comply or not. Mongolian folk metal band The Who is featured on Pray to the Sun, the first song released from the Season 2 soundtrack of Netflix's One Piece.
Yes.
The track was composed by Emmy-winning duo Sonia Belousova and Giona Ostinelli, who also scored the show's first season. The song also features vocalist Declan Dabara and blends The Who's throat singing and traditional Mongolian instruments with modern metal, and it serves as an anthem for the Viking giants of Elbaf in the show. Season 2 of One Piece premieres on March 10th. So we mentioned this earlier this morning, the fact that we have a trip to Las Vegas to see Metallica at the Sphere. It's Metallica Life Burns Faster at Sphere in Las Vegas. And if you would like to win, by the way, it's a pair of tickets to the show, both October 1st and 3rd, 3-night hotel stay, and round-trip airfare for you and a guest. It's a multi-market contest. Just click on contests at WMMR.com or on the MMR app, and you can enter for a chance to win the trip to the show.
It's cool.
And the shows are done as no repeat weekend. So 2 completely different shows and set list as well.
This one was written by Neil Sedaka.
For ticket info and travel packages, head to Metallica.com. So get started on that right now. Go sign up for it. And as I mentioned a little while ago, March is Women's History Month, and we're going to have a few things to do. We are going to play here on the President C Show at least one song every morning by one of the female rockers in our world. Then Matt Cord is going to highlight a female artist or female-fronted band every weekday with his first workforce block of the day. Brent Porsche will kick off the afternoon 12-pack every weekday with a woman who rocks, and Jackie Bam Bam will highlight the female-fronted rock that he has each night as well. So get yourself set to be rocked by the ladies.
It's cool. We were just talking about the Lilith Fair documentary, and
so good.
And you know, it's a ton of great stuff.
Absolutely. All right, and with that, we're going to take another break. Come back in a second, wrap it up, and get the letter of the day for our Word of the Week prize. Don't miss it. We'll be right back. It's a great story.
It is a
and
great story.
Somebody doing the right thing. So I wanted to pass that along. So kudos to you, John DiCarlo, and the gang at Southwood Bar. I thought that was cool. All right, something else from City Beat. The Atlantic City Expressway is going to stop accepting cash at all its tolls on Sunday. That's when it starts. And drivers without an Easy Pass will be billed more than double the fare amount per trip.
They're going to make you do it.
Dude,
yeah.
I'm having such a struggle right now with Easy Pass. I just had to re-up everything because you got to go on. It's not easy to navigate.
Okay.
But it says it right in the name.
No, it's not.
Their website is just not user friendly.
It is not. It's not. And also so I don't know if my transponder's bad or what the deal is, but I re-upped everything, and then we literally just went through the tolls over the Christmas break, and the day before, I re-upped everything, and then when we went through the tolls, it says pay on, unpaid, and then it took my picture, and as it took my picture, I'm looking at the camera like, what's going on? Like, come on, I just paid all this stuff.
You had a similar situation probably about a year plus ago, and it was Jersey, right? And then I had my thing with my Easy Pass for a car that had been stolen, my wife's car.
All right, so before we get fully into the weekend, wrap up the week, I have to empty the junk drawer. Just get
the junk drawer. Yep. Preston's cleaning out his junk drawer. Getting things out of his junk drawer. Finding stuff here in the junk drawer.
All right, thank you, Kyle Mack, for doing that jingle. And Steve, you should sing backups for minute by minute.
I think so.
His band.
I think if they want to be less successful, that would be the move.
All right, let me dig in here. And, there's something. All right, so if you want to stay on the moon and you have a few $1 million burning a hole in your pocket, well, a Silicon Valley startup called GRU Space is now taking reservations for a lunar hotel that it plans to open around 2030.
This is the company that invented Flex Seal.
That's them.
Yeah.
Woo doggy. Deposits range from $250,000 to $1 million, and the total cost of a stay could top $10 million once the ship is included in that. The actual rocket that will take you up there. So the hotel would start as inflatable habitats that can hold up to 4 guests for multi-day visits.
So we're talking elaborate bounce houses.
Guess so.
I don't know how down I am with that.
Guests could take part in moonwalks, drive rovers, and even play lunar golf. Founder Skylar Chan, who started the company at age 22, sees the project as a first step toward humans living in space long term.
Listen. If things were along, and I'm talking about we've beta tested and a number of people have gone up and it's now an actual thing.
Right.
Would you do it if you had the resource?
Probably. Now, I'd be wary of the, of the ship exploding.
The
or
risk,
something going wrong.
Right.
But if it became fairly commonplace, which it's not going to in my lifetime, I would probably consider it. Now, you also have to be very wealthy in order to do it. That's the other thing.
Yeah.
It's never going to be inexpensive.
Well, you just sold those shot glasses from the Kentucky Derby.
But the fuel is so expensive.
Yeah.
And that's what it takes to get people up there. So I don't know. How about you?
Yes, it would be a dream come true, but it's not going to happen.
Yeah,
not in my lifetime.
There's a pretty good book. I didn't love it, but it's called Artemis, and it is the same author that gave us The Martian and Project Hail Mary, and it's all about a moon base essentially, and it's gotten to the point where it's a full. It's an indoor complex where it's not just a place to stay, but there's entertainment and all kinds of things. It's big enough.
Is it a community like a biosphere?
Yeah, it's like that. And people can travel up, and it's a travel destination.
Right.
And then you can take trips out to go and see, where the first lunar landing was, because all that stuff is
That would
still
be
out
tourism.
there. And they use it as tourism. And I thought that was a pretty cool idea.
I think the idea, if we want to, you and I go into business and we make sure that there is a retro Pizza Hut on the moon.
Yes.
Wouldn't that be great?
My God, yes, for sure. And there would have to be a replica of the diner from Spaceballs.
Yes.
For sure. You walk in and they're playing Van Halen. And
I mean, it kind of sucks that our moon's kind of boring. Like, why couldn't we get Europa?
Europa is
frozen.
It's all frozen. It's liquid.
I know, but
you can go skating while you're up there, skiing and stuff.
Absolutely.
There's activities.
And hot chocolate tastes best.
Isn't it colorful, though, Europa?
It's white.
Oh, is it white?
Yeah.
All right.
I know. So listen, the moon, don't give short shrift to the moon. The moon's got a lot going on.
Yeah.
We're finding that there's water in some of the craters on the dark side, and there's all sorts of things. Plus, moon gorillas.
I mean, it's kind of a desert, but the craters give it a landscape of sorts. But yeah, I mean, you're not going to get a variety of colors. But I don't know. What do you want, man?
Yeah, come on, man, get off our back. The Sea of Tranquility. They were when they were landing, they were just how many yards away from a crater that was pretty deep.
Yeah, Neil Armstrong had to use it manually. Had to get them out of that area. I want to see a great series, and I'm most of the way through it again, probably for the fifth time or so, is From the Earth to the Moon. And the second trip up, they got much more specific on where they landed.
Yes,
so they proved that they could navigate to a very specific spot. But that first time, with Buzz and Neil, Steve, they were just kind of they were just kind of hoping they could put it down somewhere safe.
Second trip up, they landed near the diner. So
Yeah, exactly, and that inspired Spaceballs for that scene. So anyhow, the hotel doesn't exist yet, obviously. But the company says that it's not stopping people from already signing up. So people are on board.
Do you know what they should do? In like Blazing Saddles fashion, put in a toll, get it
all the way up. But I mean, these people are putting these deposit downs. I hope they are refundable deposits.
Yeah.
But some are spending up to $1 million to make sure that they have, essentially a spot in line.
So you have FU to the FU money.
Oh, yeah. It's got to be billionaires, that are doing this type of thing. So, but anyhow, if you're interested in that, you can look into GRU Space or GRU Space, GRU.
For Invincible Me.
Yeah, exactly. All right, let's see what else. Costco members can tap into even more perks of the membership through an electronic device trade-in program that they've started. So if you have old electronics that you're not using, you can consider trading them into Costco instead of storing them indefinitely or throwing them away. The program is powered by Phobio, a specialist in the trade industry. Potential rewards for devices range up to $2,550 for laptops. And Costco accepts a wide variety of brands, including Apple, Samsung, and Google. The 6 product categories that you can trade in are phone, laptop, tablet, smartwatch, desktop, and media player.
So I assume that they're doing some sort of vetting where they check like to see if the device is functional on a basic level, right?
I don't know. I think they want the components.
They just want the components.
Yeah. So, and by the way, I have like 6 old laptops.
As do I.
I have a gazillion iPhones.
I've always been trepidatious about throwing
because
them
of personal
away.
information.
Personal information.
Yeah,
Listen,
Rochelle's the same way. And cloudy today, cold today. We'll take a couple more cold days while we're at Cardboard Classic, and then after that, cold can go away for good, as far as I'm concerned. Until next year for the Cardboard Classic.
Yeah, and then we do it all over again.
But, we're all set for it on Friday, but let's talk about today. I would like to thank Mr. Greg Warren for being our sole guest on the program. He is on the show Greatest Average American. It's hosted by Nate Bargatze. Greg is a co-host, and he's an old friend of the show, and he's going to be back in town at Soul Joel's in Pottstown, not till May 15th and 16th. So he's probably going to pop in and say hi to us then when that rolls around.
A great thing to have happen to him. He's been in the business for a long time, and Nate's doing great, and made him part of the show.
Yep, absolutely. So it was nice to have him on the program. We made the announcement about the Metallica contest. Matt's going to shed some light on that again throughout the day, I would imagine.
What is it?
It's a
Caller 9?
It's a trip. No, you just go to the website.
Oh,
sign up.
okay, good.
But you've heard about the trip, right?
Yeah. 2 nights or
Sphere.
3 nights in Vegas,
and 2 nights. You get the because it's 2 different shows.
The Sphere's amazing, and
Have you been there?
Yeah, we went and saw U2 right when it opened up.
Wow.
Yeah, it was neat.
Now, did you set up high or low?
Well, it was
Or
like
medium?
the second week it was open.
Yeah.
So I realized, I said, Patty Ann, like, none of these ushers know anything. We just started walking around. We're like, yeah, where are your tickets? It's on our phone. Oh, don't worry. And we walked all the way up like we were in every section.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I'm going to be there 2 months from today.
For?
Fish.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's so neat.
And mind blowing.
Yeah, I said it's like the only venue that's more famous than the band that's on the stage.
Yeah. Good point.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Nice.
So it was fun. It's a great prize.
All right, well, let's get the letter of the day and we can talk about some other things. Here we go.
Preston and Steve on 93.3 WMMR.
Now, the Daily Letter.
All right, the Preston and Steve show is brought to you today by the letter
B as in Buzzcocks.
All right.
Yeah.
And we're going to give away a $500 gift card to Nifty 50s on Friday. You can get to Nifty 50s this month and try their Shake of the Month, which is Irish potato, by the way.
Wait, how much the Nifty 50s?
$500.
Wow.
Yeah, you're gonna be feeding yourself pretty good there.
Yeah.
To find Nifty 50s, 10 area locations, you can head to nifty50s.com.
I thought of another Warren. Your guest had all the Warren.
Sure.
Warren from something about Mary's special needs brother.
Oh, that's right. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
You see my baseball?
Have a picture of him. That'd be nice.
Yeah.
Excellent. What's up on the show today?
All right,
dude?
so you talked about it, Women's History Month. So today we're doing a block of Janis Joplin.
Oh, wow.
And it's actually going to be some from the computer, but some from vinyl. Because there's not that many songs in the computer, but I found the greatest hits on vinyl. So Janis on vinyl. Roger Daltrey's birthday, I think, was yesterday or Saturday, a block of The Who, and a block of Lou Reed. It would have been his birthday, too. And today's Pierre's vinyl cut, Little Feat, Waiting for Columbus, one of the best live records ever recorded.
That's great.
Yeah, don't bogart that joint, my friend.
Excellent. All right, well, let me take a moment to thank our sponsors and the Preston and Steve Show. Today has been brought to you by Duncan. Preston and Steve Show runs on Duncan. Also brought to you by Monster Mania 66, Cherry Hill this weekend, Skeet Ulrich. The kids from Welcome to Derry as well. Iron Maiden's Bruce Dickinson and more. Tickets at monstermania.net and at the door while they last. And the show's also brought to you by Nifty 50s. 10-time Best of Philly winner. Visit Nifty 50s. Taste the memories. Tomorrow on our program, speaking of Nifty 50s, they're going to bring in the Waffle Dogs.
The Waffle Dogs!
What are they?
So we had an idea about creating a hot dog wrapped in a waffle.
Man.
On a stick, maybe. I don't know. But we're going to see what they come up with.
Wow.
So not just wrapped in a waffle, like the waffle cooked around it.
Yeah.
So we'll see how it goes.
Tell me that's not going to be great.
Yeah. All right, so that's it. We're done. Rage on. Have yourself a great day in the morning, and we'll see you tomorrow, friend. Bye-bye.